put yours on one.
Huh?
I put yours on one, Emery's on two, mine on three.
Okay, so it was this way, this way, this way?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3?
Yep.
Mine's the blue?
It must have been with the tape. Quick dry, and she poured chalk. You know, if Jaden had been here, she would have corrected you.
The camera turn off?
Which one? I don't think I turned it on.
Let's go, game management!
Is that one supposed to plug in and turn on? I don't remember.
Blow.
Should be on.
You know what? I need to watch your age, but I'll still figure it out.
Do you see a picture of yourself in the camera?
Is it possible that we're not getting power from the top thing?
We have a free open spot right here.
For those that might be hungry, I just got word the tri-tip is ready. You are waiting for a tri-tip sandwich. It is ready to go.
In here.
Press the on button. There we go.
Did you get my email?
Huh?
Did you get my email? The graphics.
Yeah.
Just tell me to get back to you and then I'll shop it.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with this phone, dude? Like, look. It's completely locked up. No reason.
Mine did that all the time in Afghanistan.
Tweet up again. We're up and live. By the way.
Oh, cool. Oh, I guess I did email last night. Because the email I sent before I left didn't send it.
No, I got it. I got it. It's just the one graphic. I don't have both.
Cypress, your warm-up will start in 5 minutes. Cypress, your warm-up will start in 5 minutes. Set a timer for 4 minutes.
And it's okay, so it's way up here. Quite a bit, like there was on yeah.
Back it to him!
It's day 2 of the softball championships for the 3C2A here on SoCalCollegeSports.com at 3 o'clock. It'll be Cypress and Mount SAC, game 3 of the weekend. Join us, Mike Cepeda, Matt Folsom, Jeff Stornoff, and Matt Henson on the broadcast. We'll see you then.
Folsom!
Folsom in the house. Folsom in the house.
Folsom man. Folsom man, district man, based in New Mexico. Northern.
We're into day 2. We're good to go.
Andrew, can I see those reviews?
Nope.
Player
I'll take that. That's what I'm used to. Thank you. Mucus gracchus. That's Greek.
Thank you.
Mucus gracchus.
Yeah?
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
That's right. Just the last game. I've never seen
Matt, player 3 is B-roll.
Can I
And then
You saw that movie, right?
we'll play it maybe during some breaks. It's 40 seconds. This is actually going out right now. So.
You shot this?
Mm-hmm. It's not good. It's very much on the fly. It's 7
No, keep talking.
We're not ESPN.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah. We are. We shouldn't say that.
No, that is information that is crucial.
This will be the highlights that I cut up yesterday, Nicole Weiss. So when we talk about defense for Cypress, I want you to cue this up. There's 2 different ones. Nicole Weiss, great catch.
So I'm assuming they're going to drop Hoffman and put in Vasquez. Am I correct in that?
Because it's a cropped in and zoomed shot. So that's why.
And who I love will be at first base like yesterday. I know. That would be your anticipation.
Changing
Go
the
to
scoreboard
Vegas
up
and
for
bet
baseball.
on that.
Cypress, your 1 minute heads up. Cypress, your warm up will start in 1 minute.
That's what baseball scoreboard's going to look
What's wrong with that?
like. It's just, I'd like to have a spot for top and bottom innings.
What?
I'd like to have a spot for top and bottom innings. You remember how last year we had the up and down arrow to represent that? And I just couldn't find a clearly visible place on that.
Right. So you want to change it up for tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow, for baseball.
Let's say let's just keep it kind of deal.
That was my thoughts on that.
Cypress, your 8 minute warm up
Thank you,
starts
sir.
now. Cypress,
We are recording. We are streaming. Audio plug already out. Folsom locking and loading as we speak. I'm out of Chrome. CPU only at 26. My fan does not have a power source. You know what's going on with that?
It'll still be plugged in the moment.
Is your computer on?
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're fine. We're good.
Right, you should have the separate inbox or graphic in your inbox. I'll just pull it up later.
Boy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need it right now.
And then I let
Check the output on the check the fade on the output.
On the switcher.
Black or white, remember?
What about it?
Oh.
What about
No, then I thought maybe it looked a little dark.
it? Hearing it? What do you need, bud? Okay. Oh, that's good. Maybe to the left a little bit? That's good.
Tell them to come get some sunscreen.
Yeah, I think that looks good. Matt, what do you think? I think maybe go a little lighter, if you can.
Talking sun?
Slightly lighter, yeah. That's better. A little more colorful. That's close though.
Oh, nice play. The other one.
That's close. What do you think, man?
Show me all.
No, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
It's pretty close. Maybe a little bit more, a shade more color, just a little bit if you can.
have them add 2 points to the level or exposure. Have them add 2 points to the exposure.
No, it's too dark. That's better. That's Kat, the grass is the same color, and just because it's on a different plane with the dirt's a little bit different. But that looks pretty good. Hey, you know what? Hey, just leave it right there. That's perfect. Yeah, just leave it. I'm positive. Can you zoom out a little bit? No. You're fine. Zoom in a little bit. No. Zoom out. Slightly get the second base bag. A little bit more. That's perfect. That's zoom out one more time. Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit.
It's second base. Good.
A little bit to the left now.
While supplies last.
That's perfect. Well, what we should do is we should relocate the camera a little bit to your left. No, because we want second base just in case we can get that shot. Yeah, because I want second base in there. I think that's good right there.
It's going to dissect the
Cypress, you have 4 minutes
runner.
remaining.
Well, it's not obscured right now. I think it's fine now. All right, hey, well, you have your phone on you, right? Why don't you go on your phone? You can look at it, and you can basically monitor what's going on, because I'm going to keep the shot right here. We are streaming live, so just go to the link. All right.
We good? You don't need any more of this?
Nope. Okay. I mean, maybe zoom out a little bit. No, that's too far. Okay, go back to where you had it. Go back to where you had it. Okay, then keep it there. Keep it there. Zoom out just a smidge. Get the entirety of the circle. To the left now. That's good. Right there. That's good. Perfect. That's perfect. All right. Okay.
You're not getting second base?
Huh?
Bounce sack, your warm-up will start in 1 minute. Bounce sack, this is your 1 minute, and it's up.
Cool.
Mike,
So,
you know, over in Glendale, we hit that shot in second base,
first and second.
facing second base. Hey,
We were supposed to have that shot. Can't have it.
we can do it.
No, the wireless shot. We had it yesterday. We had to take it off because the wireless transmitter doesn't work. Jeff bought a third one. The one that came this week doesn't work. So we got to send it back.
Isn't it because there's 3 of them over there?
No, he tried it in the room last night. Wouldn't work. It connects, and then it goes away. And I thought maybe it might have been, so he went last night, checked in the room, same shit. So go.
Okay, you know what? Come here, check this out. I know how we can get one shot. Second base.
We had it. I had the video over there. Instead of the floor.
So we don't have this camera. Hey, we don't have that camera.
Not yet. Emery's coming back in. He's going to set up his camera and his wireless
Oh,
charger.
that's the one. Okay.
I have it right here. He has a battery pack. He just needs this. He needs a coupler. I don't know how he's going to connect it.
And this one over here?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. That's it.
Right there.
Yeah, he's got it already.
I just moved everything out of the way over
perfect.
here because it just.
Does he know if that battery's charged fully?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. Yeah. It's
Dad, are you charging the shoe monitor battery?
Yes, I am.
But are you charging the shoe monitor battery? Oh. Hey.
That looks pretty good.
What?
It's not bad.
Which one?
Just look at the color. There.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Good. Hey, couldn't this shot get a little bit more game to get to the first base?
Do it.
Let me know.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, that looks way too bright.
This is the
webcam.
webcam. We don't really have. I mean, I can probably play around with it.
Oh, go to
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
That's fine. No, that's perfect.
Think so?
That was great.
The blacks are crushed though. In my opinion, the blacks look crushed.
You think so?
Yeah.
What do you want to do about it? What can we do about it?
Let's see, comparison. I guess it looks alright. Hey, you guys got the full-size shot on here. That's awesome. No, I think it's okay, actually. If it's just that shot, it should be fine. Okay, how many minutes do we have to put down? 20. Got it.
I would put a cone over the orange and green section cords.
Nice.
Too much?
That's perfect.
Just a little bit more or what? The hair more?
No, because if you go.
So we get the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know.
A hair. Okay, sorry.
Are we live right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're live.
Ground crew, you're up. Ground crew. This is your 30 seconds heads up.
Too much.
thanks, Shereen.
Good. A little bit. A little bit.
No, you're fine. I'm just moving.
Matt, can I sneak in on your right just for a second? Thanks.
I'm just like plan ahead because I don't want to break anything. Could be too good or you start to know your limitations and weaknesses, so just plan ahead.
Why is his shirt like that? Lower right.
Oh, Matt's because he's wearing blue.
It's not Saints, right? Why does he pick it up like that?
Because of the pattern of the shirt. Because it's.
It's my little fishies.
Yeah. So think of these like pixels, and because the pattern is so there's not very much space, it looks like that.
Should I wear something less patterny tomorrow? I will.
I I mean, it's not a big deal.
You know, I have Hawaiian. I brought all my Hawaiian shirts.
If you can try not to be such a fast-paced.
I know.
Beautiful.
Style. Yeah. This is my
Nice,
championship style.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I see it. So, dude,
The camera feed. I can only modify the camera feed though if I take it out of here. So I'm gonna go here.
Also baseball, one. Softball, five.
That matches that.
I'm gonna go retake that.
Then
Oh, and I did get a semifinal. Did you? Yeah, I got a plate. You played.
oh, we're getting the transition.
yeah.
I'm like, what? How'd you get to do that? You guys got programs?
No, so you didn't first one been out
Can we
yet.
go get anything? We got
I
16 minutes.
think I'm good.
Matt, Jeff, you guys anything?
You know what? Since there's any-
There are.
You know what? We got 15 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll grab this.
Okay, so you see what I did
Did you
today?
make the name graphic by chance? No, you didn't. Right? Forget it. It's over.
You see what I did today?
Between games. Huh?
I used Sharpie for the names.
I love it. Yeah. Because yesterday I was like,
Holy shit.
Zaki, Walker, Vasquez.
I played softball.
Where's Vasquez?
Yes! I love them. I love the both.
That's good, that's good. So it seems like we're.
Yes.
We're streaming live right now.
She's the sweetest lady.
This moved this way, didn't it? Are the monitors still in the same spot?
Relatively. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of room?
That was perfect. It was closer here, wasn't it?
There was
One right
something
here.
else right here last night.
So, so it's moved from here to there. Good. I like this. You can actually see. The problem is, I should put this. I can put this up here.
Let's do it.
Then whenever who's up there gets settled, we'll have them shut that hatch.
Got it. That makes sense to me.
Otherwise, then it's going to be dry.
Is that good? Nice.
Anyway, yeah, no, good. Let me know what you need. Is that good?
Rubelina.
So, looking at her game.
Where's Emery?
No, that's because Patrick's niece is playing.
Hey, Amber, if you want, if you can give me a little tutorial on that camera, in game 3, you can, if you want, I'll take over for a couple of innings on floating camera, and you can come up and be third guy on the booth and join these guys.
Heat up on that draft bag is right there.
I'm sure they don't mind.
So this pops in up top. You're not in there, right? You sure? Is that battery charged?
Yeah, my battery.
Done. Do you have your rig?
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to talk me through it, some but like I said, I'll take over for a couple minutes. You can come up and do some play-by-play.
Your rig has the battery. Yeah, you're good. Okay, good.
Do you have time to use the facility?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey Wheeler, do you have a?
We have those zip ties. Zip ties.
Or moving
They're upstairs.
My bad. I should have put that on there.
Jeffy, do we have zip ties close to
George,
it?
you can find some zip ties. I thought we had some out here yesterday, but I'm going to tell you show it out.
Like the short ones, I think, because there was that fans that I was going to help out a fan that was balloons or balloon umbrella.
Cookies on?
Well, they've got, there was only like one sandwich left.
Even the coolers?
Yeah. And they had chips.
Can't believe they're going to. No, you gotta believe they're going to replay.
Who wanted umpires?
What are you doing?
Making that name graphic.
Don't make it.
Take 2 seconds.
I just want to contact the computer.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for action to get started, just a reminder that the snack bar is open. We do have tri-tip sandwiches today. We've got some water, sports drinks, sodas, candy, chips, Frito oats, hot dogs, etc. You can also pick up your tournament t-shirt and tournament programs at the snack bar. See that the BC players don't have anything to do over there, so head on over and keep them busy. The snack bar is located
I
under the
got
white
plenty
tent
of
at
them.
the
Thank
top
you.
of the
I got
ramp
plenty
where
of
you
them.
came in.
Hey, that camera will let you be on the food.
So setup is done.
Hey, Jorge, when you go up there, close the thing up there if you can. The sun there heats up.
Oh, yeah.
The hatch. Okay, thanks. Yes.
This guy's cool.
I fibbed, I got one. I got the UV mark has the videos.
Folsom in the middle.
I couldn't get in Arbor because I couldn't get in. And it was in my email. I was trying to do it on my phone. So then I went to my email to see if I had to email it to the new game. But our email server was off and on for the last 3 days. So apparently the email had to come through. So I got home last night and I burst my iPhone to see it better.
No, we don't have that. Well, we gotta switch it over.
What?
Yeah, you're up.
That's a match.
So how do you zoom in on that?
Match is perfect. White's a little bright, but that's just in the crowd.
No, the reason I picked up another game is because Furman, the number 8 seed, beat the number 1 seed, which gave Taft a home game. So Taft's the 5 playing the 8, which Taft should have traveled. So that's why he needed 3 more.
What's my match look like?
So who's your first person party you show on this?
Third? You said it's too bright.
It has to be Rudy. Because it's you, Rudy, and Ricky. Yeah, and then it's me.
All it says is on mine, it just says base.
Still too bright.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, he has it in the spots.
A little more?
And then mine, I have Mark Schulman and Terry Maybe. I mean, not Mark Schulman, Isaac and Terry Maybe. And then Schulman's cut.
Just a smidge more.
No, he was fine.
You're good.
Oh my
That's
god.
a perfect match.
No!
No!
Think so?
No!
Go back.
Go back. You were good. That's right.
Perfect.
Good.
Alright. That's all it goes, so.
Good. It works out.
He, told me Steve knew better than me.
Alright, I'm gonna go introduce myself to the umpires.
I've had 2 run-ins. Not face to face because I don't deal with it, but I can hear him in the dugout. So,
Oh. Let me get him one.
So what's the
You
lineup
were here?
for us?
What was that?
What's our lineup? Play by play, me color,
Yeah, we'll just switch out. If you're cool with that.
cool, whatever you want me to do.
Cool, I like it. Folsom?
Yes. Holy
I'm gonna
moly.
go get him hooked up, okay?
I hear you. I know.
Umpires are
I never got it.
I never saw it.
Right here.
Big picture. Joe Torres, Rick Turner, and Joel.
Alexander.
My last one, maybe some massive jumble, is
Story of mine? Yours is great.
Actually, the Wasco showers, you just stand in the sprinkler.
Every on two?
So you want to use the gray ones?
No, it doesn't matter. Every on two, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll start off with play-by-play, and then you'll go a little play-by-play, and then
that guy.
Huh?
That guy. What's that guy gonna do?
Stoy's he'll be helping out with TV and stuff like that, and then if I have to run to the restroom or you have to run to the restroom, stuff like that, then he'll spot me.
I'm gonna get that program. Yeah,
West of town. There's more people in Mercer City.
By this week.
That's Beatles song.
Beatles song. Serious. Section 18.
Before my time, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I have heard it.
Okay.
Stoy, can you operate the board, please?
Yeah.
We'll get some space for you.
We're gonna go talent shot.
They didn't follow the rules too closely. How you doing? Good.
Day 2 of the 2017 softball championships live here from Bakersfield College. Mike Cepeda, Matt Folsom, Jeff Stornoff will be joining us shortly here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Happy you joined us, everybody. Spread the word. Go to our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also see our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Should have a great day of softball. The winners bracket will start things off Mount SAC and Cypress. Cypress very impressive last night, moving to 46-0 on the season.
Two teams that know each other very well. They played twice this year, for Cypress being undefeated to both those games. Yeah. But they know each other very well, and they're evenly matched in a lot of areas. I think if you look at the strengths of both teams, Cypress has strengths everywhere. But if you look at the pitching, for example, both teams are very strong in the circle. Brad Pickler, before the game, was talking about Cypress has to be aware of the Mount San Antonio pitching. So two evenly matched teams know each other very well. Should make for a great winners bracket game.
Yeah, I mean, when we talked about Mount SAC, they dropped their
Players, coaches, and softball fans, welcome to day 2 of the California Community College Athletic Association softball state championship.
In 5 via the Mercy Rule, 8-0 was really the defense. We saw
For those of you that were unable to be here earlier today, we did have a wonderful award ceremony where we honored the 2017 Players Coaches of the Year, as well as the CCCAA All Academic Team, then FCA Louisville Center All-Americans, the All-State, and All North and South Regional teams.
And then this one,
those lists are available in your programs, so please check those out and congratulations to all of our award winners.
Right back in, and she beats the runner by
Who's ready for some great softball here on day 2 of the state championships?
Look at both ends of those.
Where's my Mount SAC fans today? Cypress College, let me hear ya.
She was there. It was instinctive. So you look at defense. Nicole Wise
All right, I think it's time to meet our teams for Game 3 of the championship. Starting off with visiting team for Game 3, for Mount SAC. Let's hear how they made it here. The Mounties made their way to Bakersfield after an unblemished record through the first 2 rounds of playoffs. Mount SAC will take on Ventura College in the regional finals before beating Cerritos College, El Camino College, and Antelope Valley in the super regional. In the super regional final, the Mounties drove Antelope Valley 4-2 midway through the game, but Mount SAC closed the contest with 6 runs on their way to their 12th overall state championship appearance. Let's meet the Mount San Antonio College Mounties.
Academic All-American, All-State
Non-starters, number 6, Sasha Allen.
The catcher of the year, you're going to see
Number
her coming
7,
up, Taylor
Jasmine
Jarry. You're
Orozco.
going to see a lot of these players
Number
win
8,
awards.
Mariah
In action
Zaragoza.
It's the trend that we're doing. It's
Number
day
13,
2 of the
Jalissa
softball championship.
Saldivar.
Just wanted to step away from the national anthem.
Number
Come back
14,
with the first
Crystal
pitch.
Padilla.
Cypress and Mount SAC.
Number 17, Aaron Mendoza. Number 19, Alex Andrade. Number 21, Kristen Williams. Number 24, Jackie Olvera. Number 25,
like a sugar
Jackie
crush.
Cooper.
Sugar crash and like
Number
third inning.
27, Sarah Wagner.
balls and strikes?
Yeah, we can do that. You want your balls and
And now the
strikes?
starting lineup for the Mounties. Playing shortstop, number 1, Kayla Sock.
Both sit.
In left field, number 44, Aaliyah Wilbon.
So Pickler gave me a great
Behind play,
Sandlot,
the catcher, number 12,
Story.
Taylor Jarry.
great Sandlot the music story.
Oh, really?
Second base, number 10, Mandy
Killer,
Barrios.
Smalls.
Very famous one.
Playing first base, number
And I found out
18,
about his
Tony
history.
Mendoza.
Yeah.
In center field, number 23, Mike Pad.
You'll like the Sandlot.
In right field, number 2, Alyssa Rasso. The designated player, number 34, Raquel Espinoza.
Matt, I had some
Playing
papers
third
on
base,
my
number
computer
22,
once. Do you know what those
Carissa
were?
Felix.
You left those out?
Flex player, doing the pitching, number 5, Tiffany Kennedy Cummings.
There was some more papers. Do you know what those
Coach
are?
Rojas, assisted by
Under
Jim
the
Boyer, Taylor
clipboard
Langdon,
there?
and Alex
Sorry.
Mascarenas. And now our home team for today's game, the Cypress Chargers. The Chargers got to the 2017 state championships after defeating a tough and talented Allen Hancock team 5-2 and 9-8 in the regionals round. In the super regionals, Cypress knocked off College of the Canyons and Palomar College
We're not picking him up. Does he know
to
that?
advance to this weekend's championship
We're not getting you.
undefeated. Let's meet the Cypress College Chargers.
Shows connecting to stick.
The non-starters, number 4,
Let me see if
Celeste
it's on.
Rodriguez.
Come check his battery.
Number 20,
check the
Rebecca
battery.
Espinoza. Number 24, Tiana Harris. And now your starting lineup. Playing center field, number 5, Melanie Okazaki. Playing shortstop, number 12,
It's his battery,
Sydney
Mike.
McCollum.
Battery no good?
At second base, number 21, Jenny Vasquez.
It's not the camera battery, it's the transmitter battery. Just tell him
At
to turn
third
it on.
base, number 15, Alexis Zavala.
It's fully charged.
In left field, number 2, Nicole Wise. The right fielder, number 19, Emma Walker.
Hey, you guys should
Playing
make a
first
point
base, number
about
34, Destiny
that,
Vasquez.
like we talked about in a lot of other sports,
Behind the
it's
plate,
hard to beat a good
number
team
22,
over and over
Valerie
again. You know,
Romano.
playing this game is
The
What else?
designated
Think about
player,
that.
number 14,
Yeah.
Kiani Puwailoa. The flex player, number 13, doing the pitching, Kaylee Hoffman. Cypress Chargers head coach Brad Pickler, assistant coaches Kevin Monahan and Alyssa Gutierrez. We ask that you now stand and remove your
Everything for a few
headwear
minutes.
for the playing of our
that?
national
I need to
anthem.
run everything for a second.
okay.
It's fine.
I should be back.
towards left field. Give a shout out to the BC Drumline. Umpires for today's contest behind the plate, Joe Torres. At first base, Rick Turner. At third base, Alex Alexander.
Ask Matt where my dad is. Okay, he's coming up right now.
Fans, the California Community College Athletic Association decorum policy is in effect for all games throughout this event. Please be respectful and courteous to each other. Referee CCCAA strongly encourages all fans to avoid using profane language, taunting, or making inappropriate gestures or nonverbal signs. In addition, any non-credentialized
Cycle through,
escorted out of the venue by security staff.
Cycle through the shots, 1, 2, and 3.
Violating the 3CQA decorum policy will be warned once. Subsequent violations of the 3CQA
and then pick a shot that you want to go on, maybe
in ejection from this host venue. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
3's a little unsteady.
Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's kind of weird.
A little unsteady. Right.
Good. About to start game 3 of day 2 of the softball championships here from Bakersfield College in the 3C2A. Starting off with you on today's coverage. Cypress will be the home team. That would be
It was. And we don't know who won. It's like football, you can't tell either.
But we don't know if they elected to attack or defer. So, apparently, if they wanted to deferred.
Who knows? I think the 90% of the coin toss is we want to be the home team.
So the way it works out is Mounties will be up first to bat. In the circle, it's Destiny Vasquez.
Leading off today's contest for Mount SAC, the shortstop number 1, Kayla Sock.
Melanie Okazaki, Emma Walker in right. At third, there were some questions as to the availability of Alexis Zavala. She was sledding too hard yesterday during the game versus San Joaquin Delta. She is out there. She's a gamer sitting McCollum at short. She was fantastic yesterday. At bat, Jenny Vasquez at second. She had a bomb yesterday. Only home run of the weekend so far. Kiani Kuwailoa at first. And Cal Romano behind the dish. Out this inning for Mount Zach, Kayla Sock, Wilbon, and Taylor Jarick.
The always dangerous soccer that leads things off.
Now pops it up. Romano can't find it, but it's off the screen anyways.
Lots of speed in this mountain lineup. Lots of speed from both sides.
Yeah, that's one of the big points in talking to Coach Fisher from San Joaquin Delta, talking about Cypress 1 through 6. Just blazing fast, and they can hurt you in many ways. And Kayla Sock, we saw yesterday right off the bat. She was very aggressive from the base paths. It was the first run that Mount Sac scored versus CSM. That one popped to the right.
Played into that with Walker being unable to come up with that. But the speed almost, was interesting watching Ruby Rojas at third base. Almost set at the last set.
Set by Sock brings up the left fielder number 44, Leah Wilbon.
Of course, Brad Pickler, story career at Cypress College, at the helm before the Chargers.
Plus.
It's not bad.
It's most of all time.
Destiny Vasquez, we saw her yesterday, had a pitch ricochet off of her leg. She stayed in the game. Coach Pickler had talked with him this morning. He said that she'd have to come out with crutches for her not to pitch, and even then, that'd be a question mark. She's a gamer, but I thought yesterday she was definitely at least a little hittable. As McCollum usually goes over the first, holds the runner for out in the order. Beautiful. We're on you right now.
Yeah, in fact, you look at one of the innings when San Joaquin Delta was threatening. They actually had back-to-back singles. They hit the ball hard.
So I think there's definitely some success to be had, but the defense is so good for Cypress. The defense really picks up pitching. if it's not
Clear, by the way.
at its best. But Vasquez does the court out number one on the ground out. Quick swing by Taylor Jarwick. And I think
On you,
one
hold
thing
that shot.
to mention during the Delta game, Delta
Clear.
very aggressive early in the at-bat, swinging at a lot of first pitch fastballs from Destiny Vasquez. And this is up for yesterday despite the shutout.
They just didn't have any time with this. They needed to put some hits together.
That one fouled pretty much the same spot.
Yeah,
So
this is right
0-2
here.
quickly
Requested
for
off
Taylor
foul balls.
Jarwick.
Defense fouls on the third
Diamond
baseline
catcher
fence.
of the
Thank
year in
you.
the state of California. Two monstrous foul balls.
Yeah.
Run distance.
Down 0-2 now. So the Chargers implementing the mercy rule, reaching their day one victory over St. Joaquin Delta in an early home.
Are you wanting to be on
Vasquez?
No, I thought I got one back to Cable 1.
Well, no doubt about that when Taylor Jarwick takes Destiny Vasquez deep.
It's about as timely as it gets.
We need
To the left is
the
the
sense of
right.
offense.
On those pitches all three times.
Yeah, she had that
Now
time
batting
down
playing second
really,
base, number
really
10,
well.
Vandy
Three of
Barrios.
those.
And it's early in the game, but you at what point do you maybe consider it when you hold it an early game, the yard triple digits right now here up in there. Popped up. Second baller will have a play on it. She records out number 2 here in the top of first. Clear.
When you get a shot like that, try to zoom out to the game.
Coming to
Winners
play
bracket
second
programs
base, playing first base, number 18, Tony
It's going to be
Mendoza.
awfully hard to Cypress off the board. I can only imagine they're going to respond with some fire in the bottom half of the first inning.
And this is where it's really incumbent on the Mountie pitchers, starting with Tiffany Kennedy coming, really to come through and keep them on the board.
I mean, it's Mount SAC comes in with a team which is very good all around. One of the state leaders in ERA, one of the state leaders in batting average. The
Oh,
team.
well. Oh, yeah,
Cypress
click the
gonna
top
have their hands
one.
full. Jeff and I two-out single. Four-man no, going to bring up three. Much back.
3 hits already in the top of the first.
Clear.
Two-out single by Mendoza brings up the center fielder, number 20, Bree Micah.
Great range in center field defensively.
She was very good defensively yesterday. We saw a couple of outstanding catches, making long runs look easy versus San Mateo.
I think you can talk team speed for both these teams. There have been very few faster teams in Bakersfield in the history of the state.
So important.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong team. I said zoom out.
It's a wrestle right there. It's just in the box.
Back-to-back two-out singles brings up the right fielder, number 2, Alyssa Rasso.
Same idea, but just from the top.
Batting
I'll show you what
427.
I've got sketched out.
Okay.
I was already planning on reading.
She's a 7-hole.
Yeah. It's a tough play. McCollum ranges to her left, makes the play, and ends the first inning.
Nice
But the
catch
Mounties
by
strike first
McCullough
one
for
on
out
the
number
board.
3.
Courtesy of a
Not
two-run
before the
homer
Mounties
for
pick
Taylor
up
Jury.
2 runs
2-0.
on
Mounties on top of
4
Cypress.
hits, 2 runners on base.
First inning.
Cypress Chargers coming to bat.
Clear.
Some reminders about the Demon 80A Sports Complex here on the campus of Bakersfield College. We do have the snack bar under the white fence here as you came out to the ramp. If you're looking for the restrooms,
switch
they're
the camera. We're
located
going to get
to
crowd
the
shot
left as
from
you entered between the
Emery.
baseball and softball diamonds.
We're going to get a
We have
crowd
a
shot
very
from Emery.
special smoking area for
So
all
I
the
just click up here, right?
in the parking lot.
Just click on the camera. I'll let you know. I'll type your shoulder when.
Smoking within the confines of the field playing
Okay, we're on
area.
you.
We thank you for your cooperation. As a reminder, I'm going to
Fade to one, Maddie. Fade.
The reason we have the cameraman coming through the crowd right now, just to remind everyone, let your friends and family who are unable to join us know that they can follow all the tournament action online this whole weekend. Every game is being broadcast. They can go to SoCalCollegeSports.com. That is SoCalCollegeSports.com. Or go to YouTube at SoCal College Sports 1 and catch all the action. We've got Matt, Mike, and Jeff up here doing some great commentary. We've got, as you can see, our roving cameraman this year. We've got a lot of camera angles that we haven't had in the past.
I kept on forgetting to do it.
SoCal College Sports being here doing such a great job broadcasting, so when everyone gets an opportunity to see the great play being put on this weekend. Make sure to share that information with your friends.
Do you have numbers on Tiffany Kennedy Cummings?
I do.
Okay. Now, so bring it to you. Amazing.
I'll reference it.
Oh, okay. Come back down.
On you, follow her.
Cypress College 46-0 after the win versus San Joaquin Delta
Hitting off
yesterday.
for
They are
Cypress,
in the right now.
the center fielder number 5, Melanie
Team
Okazaki.
they have previously beaten 2 times this season, but trying to get to the point. The hitting is just so key in the person of the Destiny Baskets for the Mounties. Very difficult to beat a team inside the season, especially one as good as Mount SAC is.
Now it's up to Tiffany Kennedy Cummings to keep the Chargers come in 16-1, 106 innings pitched, 121 strikeouts. Double-headed hydra, so to speak, for the Mounties. They can go with Tiffany Kennedy Cummings, Raquel Espinoza, both of them 16-1 on the innings.
Got a feeling Warriors loss is probably key to the Chargers.
I think the 2 losses.
I like that angle. Hold on for a second.
And then the other loss outside of the loss.
I like that angle. Hold on. We're on you.
They were a very good team, the team that Cypress dispatched in their road up to Bakersfield.
You'll be clear
Hitting
after
off
she
the
pitches.
tier 4 Cypress, it'll be Melanie Okazaki, Sidney McCollum, and Jimmy Vasquez. Very potent yesterday.
You're good, Sid. You're good.
Win over San Joaquin Delta.
Kennedy Cummings got the win yesterday in relief of Espinoza. Late inning substitution by Ruby Ross.
They can beat you on out.
2 balls, 1 strike. Okazaki. Okazaki inside. She was going to match up with him.
That's how hard it is.
Come on, Sid. You got it.
Happy you joined us, everybody. Remember, spread the word. www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also go to the CCCAA website, CCCAA.org. It's 2017 CCCAA Softball Championships. Here from Bakersfield College on SoCal College.
Kennedy Cummings trying to hit spots, one inside, and then comes outside with that. Trying to get Okazaki to go on a little fishing expedition.
Tough to do, though. Okazaki is very good with that. Full count. Comes count.
But we saw yesterday that Chargers are very disciplined. They don't swing at a lot of bad balls. They look for their pitch.
Batting the shortstop, number 12, Sidney McCollum.
Sidney McCollum. my stats always unofficial, even if I'm not.
Even if you're reading the official stats, because of the real
strike one.
Hey, you never know. Let's go. Watch the hand.
This is game 1 of 3 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The elimination bracket. It is the San Mateo, San Joaquin, Delta, North. Continues to David on that shot if you will. Championship excited 1-out innings.
Well, don't think to be surprised if we see the end of this inning all square with 2-2. Cypress here for a reason.
Gets hit by McCollum, brings up the second baseman, number 21, Jenny Vasquez.
Bring up Jenny Vasquez. Vasquez had a bomb yesterday.
Let's go, D. Focus.
That was in the 5th.
Well, 5.
Floodgates had already opened up to that point. I think that made it 6-0. McCollum has some speed on the baseman, so watch out.
And she hit that after she was thrown out trying to score from third. That was a little arguing match with
Think about it, Tip. It doesn't matter.
both the umpire and the catcher. I'm not sure. We didn't hear it, but it sort of looked like a little warning.
We have a crowd, Mike, but sometimes some of the
You're good, Tip. You're good.
She came up next time with that. 2-1 ball.
she took her anger out of the ball.
She did. It's a good thing to do. It's not bad that you can actually do that.
Well, 5.
There you go. Ready to battle back, Tip.
2-0 pitch from Kennedy Cummings on its way. Outside, now 3-0. Excuse me. Is that 3-2 now the count?
Apologies for some technical difficulties here in the booth. It's been a challenging weekend with the heat.
Yeah. I feel challenged.
Vasquez lifts this one to left center. Two players ranging over, and Makai makes the play. McCollum has to go back to first.
Makai responsible for both outs in this inning. We talked about her range.
Making that look very easy. She gets there in a hurry.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Made it look easy.
Yeah. Well, you talk about challenging days. I got hit in the parking lot at Home Depot by a truck.
Today?
Backing out, yeah. That was this morning. That was my morning.
Great.
Got hit by a car. You got hit by a car. Just in case anyone's overly concerned, you weren't physically. Your car got hit. You were not.
McCollum gets gunned down. Taylor Jarique with a 2-run shot in the top of the first. Ends the bottom of the first. Fourth Cypress. We head to the second. 2-0. The Mounties on top of the Chargers here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the second inning, the Mounties looking to pull the upset here on day 2 of the Bakersfield Softball Championships for the 3C2A 2017 edition. Raquel Espinoza due up this inning. She'll be followed by Carissa Felix and Kayla Sock, top of the order for the Mounties. This one singled in the left. Oh, we talked about the aggression on the first pitches from Destiny Vasquez, and Vasquez just looks like she's not executing on early in the at-bats.
Well, that's the 5th hit off her, and we're only in the 2nd inning.
That's going to bring up Carissa Felix. Leadoff single for Espinoza. The Mounties continue their hot hitting ways. Is that 5 hits already off
5
of
hits
Espinoza?
already.
Wow. Impressive.
That's how you beat an undefeated team.
Yeah, you just get the hitting on point.
Going around to bunt. It's punched over the charging Alexis Zavala. Goes foul. I think the Chargers are glad they're going to live for another pitch on that one.
Yeah, that was almost a classic hit 'em where they ain't situation right there. Not exactly how they drew it up, but nearly couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, they teased the field of play on that one. Is that 2 strikes now? No. Bunt laid down. This is perfect. Vasquez over to first in time. Moving over the runner is Felix, and Espinoza now in scoring position. 1 gone here. Top of the 2nd inning.
That brings up the speedy Kayla Sock. Sock opened the game with a double. I mean, a triple.
Yeah.
I don't want to short her on that. A triple.
She's working on a cycle for the weekend. She now has a single, double, and a triple. If she can go downtown here, she's got it. And she has 9, if memory serves, on the season, so it's not out of the realm.
She does have 9. Good memory, Jeff.
We have your shot. We just don't have center.
That one hit to shortstop. Easy play for Sydney McCollum. And we've got 2 down now. Brings up Aaliyah Wilbon. Wilbon grounded to short in inning number 1.
You know, Wilbon, Matt, is such a dangerous hitter, hitting well over 400 on the season. She's been up a number of times in the first couple of games with runners on base, and she's had some trouble delivering so far, but you can only risk that so many times if you're pitching to a hitter like Wilbon, and here she comes again. So there's danger here for the Chargers.
First pitch, a ball. Outside. Trying to keep it away from the slap-hitting Wilbon. Of course, we saw yesterday, Jeff, 12 Mounties stranded in that 7-inning affair against College of San Mateo.
Absolutely, and they were able to escape and push one across late for the 1-run win, but they were living very dangerously.
Two-0 count now to Wilbon. Swing and a miss. Mounties like nothing better to add to their 2-0 lead. Only in inning number 2.
And I think they would like to, and I have no doubt that in that dugout for Mount SAC, they feel like they need to add to the 2-0 lead.
Just over the outstretched arms or glove of the diving Nicole Weiss.
Yeah, Weiss in foul territory and nearly came up with a circus catch.
Circus is her middle name after what we saw yesterday.
Yeah. Had a certain big top feel to it.
It did. And, you know, I didn't want to underestimate the play of Sydney McCollum coming over from short to field those throws, which were right on the money, but she had to have the wherewithal to turn around with that glove in time.
Well, sure, a play like that, obviously they
takes more than one player executing
It does,
to make something like that happen. And McCollum getting into the right position, fielding the ball from Weiss, fielding the throw from Weiss, of course, so very key. Yeah, you're a coach at heart, Matt. That's that's what it is. That's how you see it.
And Wilbon draws a walk. Good at bat for Aaliyah Wilbon. Runners now at first and second with 2 down. Brad Pickler coming out with his diamond glove to talk to Tiffany Kennedy Cummings. 2 down here.
Well, Vasquez on the mound is still struggling for Cypress, but obviously there might have been a little bit of method to the madness with first base open. Might have elected to see if they could get Wilbon to chase something out of the zone, knowing that a walk, they had the base open. But obviously that brings up Jarique, one of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup for Mount San Antonio College, so it's a little bit of a calculated risk here for Scott Pickler and Cypress.
And when you say dangerous, in that first at bat for Jarique, 2 monstrous foul balls. And then 2 pitches, 2 monstrous foul balls, 3rd pitch over the left field fence.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a master of understatement there, I guess, if I call her dangerous
That's
after
dangerous.
she just took one out in her first time up.
We got to come up with a new word.
I guess that goes without saying that she represents danger.
So talking to Pickler about his glove, he started with a Wilson. It sounded like Eric Clapton. He has a number of different gloves, like Clapton has guitars. Says his first one, his favorite one, is his Wilson. It was given to him by a former player. This is a diamond glove that he's using now. He likes it because it's a little bit smaller, fits his hand better. And he said he started doing that with protection from foul balls when most of the dugouts did not have screens. And so he would do that to protect himself. And then he started walking out to the circle, and he said it got to the point where I had to have that glove with me out of superstition.
Well, he's going to need that superstition to kick into overtime and overdrive here, trailing 2-0 already to a very talented Mountie club.
First pitch to Jarique, called strike on the inside corner. Espinoza on second, courtesy of a single. Wilbon on first, courtesy of a walk. This one fouled back, evens the count.
I'm sorry, is it
0-2?
0-2? Okay.
Right. You know, I can barely. I got to start looking at the monitor. I keep looking at the.
No, the scoreboard. I don't know how you tell. Off speed.
Got her.
Great job by Vasquez.
And that retires the side. So no runs, a single hit, 2 runners left. We're heading to the home half of inning number 2 with Mount San Antonio on top of Cypress College 2-0. You're listening to 2017 CCCAA Softball State Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. All right, we're back for the home half of inning number 2 with the Mounties on top of the Chargers 2-0. Zavala steps back into the batter's box for the second time, although she was left standing in the middle of her at-bat as McCollum was gunned down by Taylor Jarique to end the home half of the first. First pitch catches the inside corner, strike one. Zavala, lots of speed, leads the team in triples. Over 400, I think 411 batting average, if my memory serves. That one misses. Tiffany Kennedy Cummings in command. Was credited with the win yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to make the point. I believe 17-1 up to the minute with an ERA of under 1.
That one hit hard. And it's out of here. Deep center field. Home run for Alexis Zavala. And just like that, the Chargers pulled it within 2-1. That was a monster bomb for Zavala.
We'll get a look at the replay. And it's on the inner half, belt high. And McCollum doesn't miss it.
Takes advantage of where it's placed. It's only her second of the season.
Well, there is danger seemingly at every turn.
There is.
In this lineup.
And that brings up maybe the defensive star of this tournament so far, Nicole Weiss, the left fielder. Weiss 430 coming into the tournament. And we're waiting to see what Pick is doing here.
Yeah, the home run for Cypress, but it's Coach Scott Pickler that wants to talk something over.
We're not sure what. We may never know. No changes. And that brings up Nicole Weiss, I just mentioned. Defensive star yesterday.
Well, I think if you're Kennedy Cummings here, you have to expect that this is the type of team that you're going to play. They're going to get their swings in. You got to continue to battle. You still got the lead.
That's what you got to do. Brad was talking about Kennedy Cummings' rise ball. He says really difficult to hit. You got to have lots of discipline up there. And he says his team is really disciplined this year. That one on the inside corner.
Well, quickly down to the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. And this is not the way you want to bounce back there, Matt.
No.
By putting the next runner on base. See if Kennedy Cummings can find the plate.
Nobody down. 1 run already across here in the Charger half of the second. That one hit down the first baseline, just foul.
Well, a little late on the high fastball.
Yeah, like a split second earlier, and that would have been down the first baseline, maybe extra bases.
Yeah, but Kennedy Cummings obviously has the kind of velocity where she can get the ball by you, or at least have you behind. But that's where location is so key, man, in terms of keeping that ball up and out of the zone if you're going to go with the fastball as opposed to belt high on the inner half, and that's where she was hurt on the last at bat. No matter how much velocity you have, you still have to locate.
2-1 pitch. That one was a little bit high. Rise ball started off high, ended high. Wise went after it.
It's a very hard pitch to lay off of.
It is. It looks so great coming in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it scoots up.
That's okay.
That one just misses. Count goes full. Now, if only a baseball player could do that. Throw a rise ball.
You know, I read an interesting article talking about whether or not physically it was possible for a ball to rise. And there was a lot of adamant argument on both sides among, not simply people interested in the pure physics, but pitchers themselves and coaches, some arguing that absolutely they don't care what scientists say, the ball can rise, and some saying that, in fact, it was impossible. But it was really interesting about whether or not technically a fastball, a ball can rise when you throw it.
Yeah.
Why did they say that it couldn't rise, Jeff?
Well, I can't really go into all of it, but there were some that would argue that the physics were such that a ball thrown would not be able to rise.
Well, did you know that when a bullet leaves the barrel of a rifle, it rises on trajectory?
I'm sure that was in the article that you read.
Right, yeah. No, I wouldn't want to make the argument myself. It was made in a more compelling way than I could, not having the proper science background. But obviously there were those arguing that technically speaking it was not possible, given some sort of interaction between the ball being thrown and gravity, that the ball could not actually physically rise. But either way, you couldn't tell that to a lot of pitchers and a lot of batters who played Major League Baseball who could swear that they had definitely seen the ball rise when they were on the mound or in the batter's box. So it's an interesting conversation between scientists and those who had actually experienced it.
Charger right fielder Emma Walker now in the batter's box. Count 2-0. Squares around a bunt. Sends it foul. Back-to-back hits now for the Chargers to open the second. Leadoff home run from Zavala. Single from Weiss.
I missed it again.
Yes, you did. Every time you step away, there's a bomb.
Batters are going to start trying to get you to leave the press box if they can.
Coach Pickler's going to be like, okay, when we're up, leave.
Get out of there. I'll tell you what, go get yourself a soda. You've earned it.
Go get yourself a sody pop.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a 2-2 pitch. Yeah. And that's exactly what Tiffany Kennedy Cummings wanted after giving up back-to-back hits.
Yep.
And in steps the pitcher, Destiny Vasquez.
We got a battle here. We had a battle in Game 1 yesterday versus San Mateo and Mount Sac.
I like those battles.
I prefer the battles. Although the showing yesterday in Game 2 from Cypress over San Joaquin Delta was very impressive.
Yeah, there's something to be said for the ability of a team to really stun somebody or look like perfection. It's like Wayne Gretzky on the ice. All right, in steps the pitcher, Destiny Vasquez, to face Tiffany Kennedy Cummings. Confabs now have been completed for both teams. I think Coach Pickler wanted to slow things down after that strikeout. Swing and a miss, strike one. Vasquez, the pitcher of the year in the South. (26-0), and she has a good stick as well.
Yeah, she can crush it with the best of them.
Team leading 7 home runs coming into the tournament.
Check. Well, Jeff, now that you have the cans on, I know that you loved the Steve Nebraska reference yesterday from the scout.
I'm a huge Albert Brooks guy, so it's not so much Brendan Fraser, but
I figured it wasn't.
Vasquez takes it high.
It's a good eye, too.
Laid off the rise ball.
It's an optical illusion, apparently.
It's an optical illusion.
Should get Emery in here for that conversation. Emery Johnson will have play-by-play on Game 2, the elimination bracket, later today. Slated for a 5:30 p.m. start time, but
who knows?
Start times are approximate here at the championships.
Oh, that one inside hitter caught her on the left thigh. And now there are 2 Chargers on with 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Well, if there's a silver lining for Mount Sac, it's that Destiny Vasquez is no longer at the plate.
Of course, Valerie Romano is the catcher. Romano, a 309 year through the super regional round. She has a chance to add to her RBI totals. 2 Chargers on. Wise at second. Vasquez at first. I think we should specify Destiny Vasquez since there are 2 in this lineup.
Not related.
The Chargers, not related. By name only. That one had a little velocity but misses.
They're all sisters of the Charger family.
That's right.
It's a relatively tight strike zone.
Indeed. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Kennedy Cummings in her first jam of the game. Leadoff home run to Zavala. Weiss with a single or a hit batter. Vasquez at first. That one catches the side of the plate. Makes it count 2-1. Two-one pitch, swing, fouled straight back. Evens the count at 2s. 1 down here in the second. Chargers get a run across, make it 2-1. Kennedy Cummings looking at a wristband, gets the sign. That one hit to third, over with it, unassisted, does not throw it to first. Felix deciding probably correctly to just get the one out number 2. Romano on a fielder's choice. Destiny Vasquez moves to second. And Kiani Puailoa, the first baseman, steps in. Two down now. First pitch outside to Puailoa.
Yeah.
That one catches the outside corner. Count even at 1s.
Would that qualify as pocket aces?
Pitch from Kennedy Cummings outside. Oh, caught the plate.
Wow. Can we see that pitch again?
I bet we can. Through the wonders.
Let's bring that slider all the way over. All the way over. All the way. Nah, forget it. Live shot. Live shot.
And that one outside. Count now 2-2. There's a 3-1. I can't see. It is 2-2. Two down.
2-2.
See if the Chargers can keep this rally going. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kennedy Cummings comes through, but the Chargers claw back, pick up 1 run on 2 hits. Couple runners left. Score now 2-1. We're through 2 complete. You're listening to the 2017 State Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
It's the Chargers and the Mounties here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the third inning, 2-1. Mount Sac on top of Cypress. Mike Spada, Matt Folsom, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson with you on today's coverage. Due up this inning for the Mounties, it's Mandy Larios, Tony Mendoza, Bree Maikai. Mendoza, I believe, singled her last time up.
She did, yeah. In fact, back-to-back hits in the first for Mendoza.
Yeah, Maikai 1 for 1. Larios 0 for 1 earlier today. Game coming up after this, it'll be the Bulldogs of San Mateo taking on San Joaquin Delta.
First elimination game of the championship tournament.
Win or go home. Emery Johnson will have the call later. And then Game 5 tonight, slated for an 8 p.m. approximate start time. Jeff Stoynoff will have the call for you. Right now it's me and Folsom. What a great name.
Folsom? Yeah, they named a prison after me.
Or did they name you after the prison?
Well, I'm not sure. We'll leave that open to interpretation.
Yeah, I don't want to get too specific.
That's
on that.
okay. Yeah.
Well, we gave a couple shout-outs yesterday. Papa Pickler, Irv, got a shout-out. Heard some pretty good feedback on that. And Coach Pickler approached me this morning at breakfast and wanted me to express some more shout-outs on the Cypress side. So Ruben Mora, a good friend of Coach Pickler. Dennis Bloss. Dennis Bloss was his assistant for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Now the head coach at Hope International. And Larios flies out to right. One gone here in the top of the third.
We saw an assistant coach of Dennis Bloss here yesterday from Hope International. She watched the pair of games yesterday from the coach's box.
Well, there's a lot of talent out here, so it's understandable why.
I didn't know where Hope International was. It's right across the street from Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah. It's right up the way. Well, from where I grew up anyway.
Is it? That's your neck of the woods? It's a small world.
Well, I currently live in L.A., but I'm from Orange County.
So I've been to Orange County.
It's a nice spot.
Yeah. We almost moved to San Juan Capistrano one year.
It's not a bad spot.
No.
Tony Mendoza now the batter. 0-1. 1-1. It's a 3-2 win for the Mounties. That one a little high.
Is that just a bit high? No, that would not be the correct call.
Just a bit outside. Would have been the call if you were Bob Uecker.
It would be, and it would be way outside.
That one hit well, but right to the center fielder, Melanie Okazaki. So 2 gone. So Destiny Vasquez continues to be hit fairly well.
But she's being hit fairly well right to her defense.
And that's a good thing to happen if you're Cypress. Cypress with probably the top defense in the state. 2 gone here, top of the third. Here comes Bree Maikai. Maikai, a stellar center fielder this season for the Mounties. She had a couple very impressive plays in the outfield so far today.
In fact, I think she had an entire inning today.
I think you're right. Rosso on deck should Maikai reach. Behind 0-1. Off speed high. 1-1.
She was tempted. You know, both these teams are so well coached. You just don't see a lot of bad ball swings. They're so disciplined.
Yeah.
They know what they're looking for.
That one lifted to center field. Okazaki all over it. 3 up and 3 down. In the top of the third, we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Cypress looking to even it up, maybe even take the lead when we come back on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Taylor Juriek. And the stands for Mount Sac. Mount Sac with a 2-1 lead because of Taylor Juriek, a 2-run home run in the top of the first off of Destiny Vasquez. Happy you've joined us, everyone. Beautiful day for any
nice
sporting
breeze.
event. And we have the breeze. The breeze is key out here. It is hot, but the breeze does make it a little bit more bearable. The Dean and Ada Gay Sports Complex.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful facility here on the campus of Bakersfield College.
Money donated by Dean and Ada Gay to build this complex. And the complex extends beyond softball. The baseball field right next door. The first year they held the tournament here, they had baseball over there and softball here, running both of them simultaneously.
I remember that. We were there. We just had the audio call.
Impressive.
No, it was San Joaquin Delta.
CRC won it that year.
No.
No?
I'm sorry, for baseball. San Joaquin
baseball.
Delta won it. We did not cover the softball championships that year.
No, I was talking baseball. Yeah, I knew it was a Big 8 school. That's all I remember.
It was Delta versus Ohlone. That went 7. And San Joaquin Delta brought in a pitcher from center field that hadn't pitched many games on the season. Jeff, you remember a little bit better than I do. Had that pitcher pitched at all that season?
I think he might have had like 2/3 of an inning pitched or something like that, but it did not start.
Well, for someone, so just heard from Jeffrey Stoynoff, he had like 2/3 of an inning that season. This is 7 years ago or so. And 2/3 of an inning pitched on the entire season, comes in and fires, I think it was a complete game shutout.
Because they were out of pitchers.
And he had like the quickest first base move I've ever seen. No, he was a righty. He was a righty.
No, he's a lefty.
Was he a lefty?
Yeah. But he had like this move where he could fake him out.
I think he was a righty.
It wasn't even a quick move. He just had this deceptive kind of move where it looked like he was going home and then he could throw, but he obviously didn't balk. But it was insane. I'd never seen anything like it. Like he picked so many players off.
Count now 3-0 on the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Okazaki in a good spot here. And we talked about the heat, and at what point does that start to become a factor for Tiffany Kennedy Cummings? Behind 3-0 right now. That one in there for a strike, 3-1. Top of the order due up this inning. Okazaki, McCollum, and Vasquez.
Center fielder's getting a lot of work for both teams in this game.
Yeah. Camera out in center field also getting a lot of work per Matt Henson, and he's correct. That one outside. Ball 4. So it's 5-pitch walk for Melanie Okazaki, and here comes Sydney McCollum. She's been on fire this weekend.
Singled in the first, then thrown out, trying to steal. Great throw down to second by Taylor Juriek, the catcher of the year, the Diamond Sports catcher of the year.
And showing good reason why here. 2-run shot, as we mentioned earlier, in the top of the first. And throwing out Sydney McCollum, and that is no easy feat. McCollum with some wheels. Now with the dish. See if she'll go to work. Showing bunt. Take strike 1. Jenny Vasquez on deck. Zavala batting cleanup today. And remember, Alexis Zavala, she was a game-time decision today. Coach Pickler had to wait and see if she was going to be okay. She was slid into very hard, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast last night, from San Joaquin Delta player. And quick hole for Sydney McCollum, 0-2.
Both sides of the plate. She's seen it on the inside. She's seen it on the outside.
So McCollum. We'll have to protect here. That one got her looking, strike 3. So
Perfect
one
placement.
Gone. Oh, just unbelievable placement. See the replay on that. That's a great job by Juriek, just holding that spot. Did not move her glove. And great execution from Kennedy Cummings on that pitch to get Sydney McCollum, who's been on fire here in Bakersfield. Here comes Jenny Vasquez. Speaking of fire, 2-run bomb last night versus San Joaquin Delta. She takes ball 1.
Hit it deep to center to end the first.
Got some more shout-outs for Coach Pickler.
We're going to have some of those every inning.
I'm going to list a couple off. I think I'll have a couple more. I can also circle back to the people that got shout-outs yesterday.
Got it.
I'm sure they'd be okay with it. That one in there for a strike. 1-1.
Boy, she's just working that outside corner. She is living on the outside of the plate.
Kennedy Cummings checking the arm sleeve. 1-1. In there for strike 2. Well, it's nice when we have that crowd mic. We didn't have the crowd mic last year. You can hear the call, the strike call, from behind home plate.
And you can hear that ball pounded into the catcher.
You really can. So now Vasquez behind 1 and 2. That one hit sharply back up the middle, 4-base hit. So first and second, now 1 out. Bottom of the third, and Cypress threatening here to tie it up. Here comes Alexis Zavala.
You know, Pickler said this team this year, one of the things that really stands out is their 2-strike hitting.
Yeah.
They're really tough with 2 strikes. Zavala, of course, led off inning number 2 with a bomb to get the Chargers back to within 2-1.
Another thing that makes the Chargers so good, they have very timely hitting. Got 2 on, only 1 out. Let's see if Zavala can come up with something deep here.
Kennedy Cummings is just pitching an outstanding game. Outside corner, inside corner. She switches to a lefty and hits the outside corner.
Yeah, she's changing the eye level. She's just doing a great job out there against this very tough Cypress College team.
And how prophetic, Pick said before the game, got to watch out for this pitching.
Yeah. Oh, one of the state leaders in ERA on the season as a team is Mount SAC. They have 2 16-game winners.
That's a pretty amazing statistic
That's
right there.
Pretty good. Two pitchers combining 32-0. Then again, Destiny Vasquez, I think, went 26-0 this season, so that's pretty good. Yeah. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. So Kennedy Cummings takes a little something off of it.
Has 3 Ks so far in the game.
She's been so good here today. And can she keep it going?
This is a crucial pitch right now with 2 runners on, 1 down.
Zavala stays alive. Just throws the bat out there to keep this at-bat alive. Do the 1-2 all over again.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Another big pitch.
Here comes the delivery. Wow. That one outside for a ball, and I don't know if Kennedy Cummings can believe it. I don't know if I can believe it.
Believe it.
Let's look at that one more time. This is the previous pitch that we're going to see. This is awfully close. Wow. Let's go back to the live shot here. Count now. Saying full count now. 3 and 2.
Chargers trying to mount a rally with 1 down, trailing by 1, and we got
a visit to the mound.
Stop in the action.
That's a full count here, and Ruby Rojas going to head out to the circle.
And this isn't necessarily a discussion with having anything to do with the pitching staff. It has to do with the infield and what they're going to do with 2 runners on and only 1 out.
We'll bring up the flyer here, and we'll tell you where you can catch this broadcast, www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also go to the 3C2A website, CCCAA sports.org. You can catch this on the YouTube, on our channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, at SoCal College SPO. 3 and 2, Alexis Zavala at the dish. She's got a bomb already today. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd. And she's got 2 on, 1st and 2nd. Okazaki at 2nd. Vasquez at 1st. That one fouled down the 3rd base line.
Boy, tension.
Yeah.
I feel it. You can cut it with a knife.
You really can.
Chargers looking to square it up or take the lead, trailing 2-1. Mounties want to shut down this rally.
They really do. Question is, can they do it? Zavala, great at bat here. She's worked it from a 1-2 now full. She's fouled a couple off to stay alive. Coach Pickler sending in some signs. Zavala taking note. Let's see if she can just time it right. Put the barrel of that Louisville slugger on the meat of the ball. 3-2. Fouled back.
Well, and you know, we talked about how Kennedy Cummings living on the outside corner.
Comes back
inside and fools Zavala.
Well, it's a tough pitch to hit earlier in that bat.
Especially when you're not expecting it. She was looking for something outside.
Yeah.
I would be.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And now it's a guessing game. Can Zavala guess right? Here he comes. Outside, ball 4. And the bases are juiced with only 1 gone. Here comes Nicole Wise. Let's look at some of the highlights yesterday from Nicole. 2 unbelievable throws from left field. We see one here versus San Joaquin Delta. Just an absolute cannon rifle of an arm from Nicole Wise, and now she has an opportunity to get the offense going. With the bases loaded, only 1 out. It's a crucial spot here for Mount SAC.
She singled in inning number 2 to lead off the inning. Or excuse me, after Zavala hit that leadoff home run.
1 for 1 today. 0 for 1 in the count right now after the taken strike from Nicole Wise. So Kennedy Cummings continues to challenge the hitters early in that bat. And we talked about the patience for Cypress versus the impatience for Mount SAC. Mount SAC has been very aggressive early in the at-bats. I think it's been the exact opposite for Cypress. But when we talk about a team that's so good with 2-strike pitching, you can afford that luxury of being patient and waiting for your pitch and staying alive when that pitch isn't yours, fouling it off. So we just saw Zavala do to work a walk in the last at-bat.
Give me the picture if you can.
Yeah, a lot of good at-bats.
It's
early.
Seems to be a common theme this season for Cypress.
I'm sure it has, yeah.
1-1. That one hit hard, but down the third base line, foul.
Okay, coming to you.
So 1-2 now.
On you.
Bases loaded, 1 down.
This is a huge at-bat here.
And this is one of those
for
things
Cypress.
that Jeff and I were talking about yesterday when Mount SAC and San Mateo were playing. This is a momentum shifting possibility for either team.
Exactly.
Defensively or offensively. It can go either way right now.
Moment of truth for both teams. That's a great point, Folsom. 1-2, and what does Nicole Wise do? She fouls it back and stays alive. I think she was fooled on that one a little bit.
Not as much as Kennedy Cummings wanted her to be fooled.
Not enough. We had some activity in the bullpen for Mount SAC. Obviously, we've talked about the heat. It's going to have a go-to, somebody warm and ready to go out of the pen. If you're the Mounties, and it gets away from you versus Cypress.
And, of course, you can bring in a 16-1 relief pitcher.
Kind of reminds me of the World Series that one year the Diamondbacks won it. Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Schilling starts the game, and who do they bring in to close that thing out?
The big
Randy Johnson. Talk about a luxury.
Yeah.
Wise with an
Two Hall of
opportunity
Famers.
here to open up the inning. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Great 2-strike hitters, Chargers.
That one in the left field. This is going to drop for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Cypress now with the lead 3-2. It's an RBI, a 2 RBI single for Nicole Weiss. And she's making a play for player of the tournament here today.
So you're just swinging with 2 strikes, lifting it right where it needs to be to bring in 2 runs. Crossing the plate, Okazaki and Jenny Vasquez. And Emma Walker now steps in.
Well, we talked about the momentum shifting in that at bat. Indeed, it does just that. Now, first and second, still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Cypress with their first lead today.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Coach Rojas coming out.
Well, it's starting to get away from you. And the good thing for Mount SAC, they got another 16-1 pitcher that they're going to bring in right now. I'll give you some stats shortly. Sarah Wapner.
Wapner's coming in with a record of 5-1. 42 innings pitched. And I think they might be bringing her in with just the possibility that they
eat up some innings here.
Right.
Obviously, the momentum has shifted in favor of Cypress, and when that tends to happen, now you have to start thinking contingency plan. So it's a strategic move. Maybe you want to have Espinoza for tonight's game should you lose in the elimination game later this evening in the 8 p.m. game. Remember, this is game 1 of 3 today on day 2 of the softball championships for the 3C2A.
Number 27, Sarah Wapner.
So Wapner, let's bring in some numbers here. We already talked about her record, 5-1 on the season, 2.81 ERA. (17 walks, 24 strikeouts). Control so far. I'm just trying to get her bearings right here. And the heat up at Bakersfield.
So Tiffany Kennedy Cummings in 2 1/3 innings gives up 3 runs on 5 hits, strands a couple. 3 Ks. Two bases on balls, both in this inning.
Yeah, 2 big walks. Have a shot down on the field for you shortly. An opportunity here for Emma Walker to make some noise in the scoring column for Cypress. First and second, 1 gone. Well, we talked about the patience. Do you maybe just try to jump right on top of Wapner if you're Emma Walker? Walker strike out earlier today?
She did.
She's 0 for 1. And she's taking a strike on the first pitch. Wapner went with the off speed.
Walker wants a couple pitches to judge Wapner.
Timer. Off speed. In there, called strike 2.
That was the epitome of off speed.
There was barely any speed. I mean, that was
slow pitch.
Just a great location on that one.
Pitcher can master that pitch, really has an advantage.
Here comes the heater. Chopped over. Unable to make a play on it. That's Felix. Goes into left field. Base is now juiced one more time this inning.
So that's the first error of the game for Mount San Antonio, E5.
That's going to be a hit. So they'll rule that a hit.
I misread your lips. Say it again. Say what you said. Did you say?
So 3-2, bases now full. And Destiny Vasquez at the dish, home run leader this season for Cypress. And she can really open up the floodgates here in the bottom of the third.
Hit by a pitch or only at bat in a second.
That one high, 2-0. I'll expect Vasquez to stay patient here, but we talked about their Cypress very good at locating their pitch.
Well, what you have to do with someone who has such a great off-speed pitch as Wapner has demonstrated. Fooled on that one.
Yeah. So she induces the pop-up from Destiny Vasquez. And Vasquez just sits on that one instead of expecting a fastball. I think she maybe takes that one for a ride, but instead she pops it up to short. Kayla Sock makes a play on it, so 2 gone now. Bases still loaded, and Val Romano now your batter, the catcher for Cypress.
Reached on a fielder's choice in the second.
Romano takes inside, ball 1.
Although Cypress has grabbed the lead, Mount San Antonio, if they can shut down this bases loaded situation here, would have to have some solace heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum swings continue here. Cypress can really make Mount Sac hurt if they can scratch a couple more runs across it, because Mount Sac pretty good with the bats themselves. So 1-run lead likely isn't safe, but then again you have Destiny Vasquez, but Vasquez not necessarily at her best this weekend so far from what we've seen.
Wapner, a nice change of pace so far.
Off speed in there for a strike. 1-2 now.
Interesting situation for Wapner behind 2 16-1 pitchers, probably the ace of any other staff. You have to look at it. She's got the tools.
1-2. Over to third. Felix steps on the bag, and that'll do it for the Chargers in the bottom of the third, but 2-run score. And now, Chargers 46-0 on the season, and possibility to go 47-0 into Championship Sunday. Mount Sac tries to respond after this here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Oh, wait.
Top of the 4th inning. Chargers now in front of the Mountings, 3-2. Mr. Rosso, Espinoza, and Felix do up this inning. Rosso takes ball 2. from Destiny Vasquez. Well, Mount SAC does give up the lead in the third inning, but I think you have to come away as a bit of a win after averting disaster against this very potent Cypress lineup with the bases loaded and only one out. Induce a pop-up from Destiny Vasquez, and then a ground out to end the third inning.
Chargers now stranding 5 on the game.
That pitch inside. Evens it up 2-2.
Well, this is what you expect from two teams that have played each other twice throughout the year. Maybe the top 2 teams in the state of California coming in.
That one put into right field. Emma Walker with a beat on it, comes in, makes the play for out number 1.
4th consecutive fly ball to the outfield for Mount San Antonio.
See the replay here. It's a really good job of Walker tracking that right off the bat for the first out. Here comes Espinoza. First pitch on Espinoza.
Leadoff single for
Just
Espinoza
low.
in the second.
When he talked about that other really good pitcher, that's Raquel Espinoza.
Yeah, there she is.
Swing and a miss.
Of course, she has a really good bat, too. That's why she's in the lineup as the designated player.
Much in the mold of a Destiny Vasquez.
4 home runs, 23 RBIs, 438 batting average. Not bad. 16-1.
One chopped over. This can be a tough play. Zavala ranging to her left, makes it, throws over to first for out number 2. And Zavala, not an easy play. Now, she was coming off of an ACL injury last year, and then the same knee that was injured more than a year ago was the one that was injured yesterday. And she's making that play look pretty easy there. She's a gamer. Here comes Carissa Felix. Takes strike 1. A little extra mustard on that from Destiny Vasquez.
Yeah.
You know, there's some pitchers that get better as the game goes along. I think a guy like maybe Justin Verlander reminds me of that. That one just low. That was very close.
Oh, they become confident in their ability to get the other team out and their placement of the pitches. Sometimes I think their arms loosen up.
Yeah.
I think they're just...
I think it's methodical, though, because you start off a little slower, and that one in there for a strike, 1-2. I think the pitch previous to that was maybe a little bit more of a strike, but the inside corner very generous to Destiny Vasquez, and she's ahead in the count. That one outside, 2-2. 2 gone here, top of the 4th. Cypress now with the lead, 3-2. Game 1 of 3 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Game 3 of the tournament, winners bracket. This game will be followed by the elimination bracket, San Joaquin Delta and San Mateo. That pitch low, count now full.
See which team is going to have 2 in a queue, 2 in a barbecue for the loser of that elimination bracket.
2 in a barbecue. I would like just 1 in a barbecue. Looking forward to the tri-tip possibly later on.
Yeah, anything in a barbecue would be great.
That one popped up.
And that'll do it.
Routine play over for Zavala, and that will do it. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Cypress can look for a little insurance when we come back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Sarah Wapner will try to put the Mount SAC Mounties in striking distance. I would say they're there right now, but obviously that can get away in a hurry against a team that's so good with the bat and so speedy on the base paths like Cypress is.
Well, she was a great change of pace from Tiffany Kennedy Cummings when she came in. A lot of off-speed pitches, great placement on her pitches.
Absolutely.
Outstanding first look at Wapner. First time we've seen her in this tournament. She had great command of the pitches, kept the Chargers off balance, and averted potentially a lot more runs being scored in that inning.
It'll be Puwailoa, Okazaki, and McCollum due on this inning for the Chargers. Mike Cepeda, Matt Folsom, Matt Henson, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. Camera operator, we got two of them. Emery Johnson, he's going to have the play-by-play call next game in the elimination bracket. Jorge Cepeda, another camera operator, the entire crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Happy you've joined us. Remember, next week we will have the baseball championships up from Fresno. And that bracket getting solidified as we speak.
Could be toasty there.
It just might be, from what I hear. Off speed, just outside. And got to tell you, the Mount SAC faithful is starting to get a little impatient with this erratic strike zone, if you will.
You know, you saw the discipline right there, the Chargers, being able to lay off a pitch that looked so tempting right there.
2-0. Looks about as tempting as a McDonald's when I drive by it.
Is that what tempts you, McDonald's?
It's one of many things, my friend.
In and out.
You know what? McDonald's more so than In-N-Out, but In-N-Out isn't bad. How about Five Guys? Did you hear about the burger poll nationwide?
No.
Five Guys just overtook In-N-Out as the best burger in best burger in the U.S. And it's a leadoff walk here for Puwailoa.
I could have sworn I just heard a decorum violation.
We had a disagreement over the Five Guys versus In-N-Out debate.
I went to a Five Guys for the first time with my son a couple months ago. They opened one recently in Santa Cruz.
I got to tell you, my fast riser in the burger industry, Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Good shakes, I'll bet, too.
You know, the shakes are okay. The burgers are even better.
They should call it Burger Shack.
They should. You know what? The libations, the beer, very good as well.
Yeah, wow. They have like craft brews on tap.
No, I think they have like their
standard.
They have like their own type of brew. I don't think it's very potent, but that's not what I'm looking for. For the carbonation, get a little hops in there.
Shake Shack IPA.
Something like that, yeah. That's a nice ring to it. 0-1, ball 1, 1-1 now here on Okazaki. She has Puwailoa at first. Wheeler, you heard of Shake Shack? Andrew Wheeler, the official statistician.
Driven
for the
past
championships.
On my way to In-N-Out.
Just said he drove past the Shake Shack on his way to In-N-Out.
All right.
I think we know what camp he's in.
Okay, Five Guys is better.
Might see some fisticuffs up here in the booth later on. See if we can get a camera on it for you. 2-1 off speed low on Okazaki, and the good eyes continue here for the Cypress Charger batters.
So disciplined. Just wait for their pitch.
Yeah. Well, at some point, Wapner. It looks like we may have some activity in the bullpen. This pitch outside.
Back-to-back walks, Mike.
So back-to-back walks to lead off the fourth inning. And we do have activity in the bullpen for Cypress. That's Haley Hoffman. So we know Vasquez is battling out there, but now you bring in Haley Hoffman possibly in the fifth to close things out for the Chargers rest of the way, and you preserve the arm for Vasquez for tomorrow on Championship Sunday. Should they make it that far?
Let's see what Ruby Rojas is going to do here. I think we might see a pitching change with the hot Sydney McCollum due up.
All right, do you maybe think about going to Espinoza right here?
Either that or you bring Vasquez back in. Or not Vasquez, Kennedy Cummings. Yeah.
Yep. No, we will have a pitching change here.
We have a change. And that is Espinoza.
Yeah. So Espinoza will now come into the circle for Mount SAC. Wapner will come off. We'll take a break in the action ourselves. Back in a moment. Come back with some numbers on Espinoza on the season here for the Mounties. Stay tuned. Sydney McCollum now at the plate. She will go up against Raquel Espinoza. Matt, do you have some numbers on Raquel?
Raquel Espinoza, 16-1, as we commented earlier, 16-1. Started yesterday.
And she will face one of the hottest hitters in the tournament in Sydney McCollum.
104 innings pitched coming into the tournament, 128 strikeouts, so better than a K an inning. Different pitcher than Wapner, that's for sure.
Yeah. Gonna bring a little heat here. And in there for a strike. 1-1. McCollum getting some orders from Coach Pickler down the third base line in the third base box.
Singled in the first, struck out looking. A great Kennedy Cummings pitch in the third.
McCollum hits it hard into right field. Puwailoa will come in to score, and Cypress adds to their lead. They now lead it 4-2.
Just like that.
Well, Espinoza, you talked about the change of pace that Wapner bring. Espinoza with a little bit more heat, and McCollum a little late, but she goes opposite field off the barrel of the bat. Hit very hard and unable to catch up to it was Tony Mendoza. Or check that, Mandy Larios.
And that brings up the dangerous Alexis Zavala.
Hey, let's be honest. Everybody in the lineup is dangerous for Cypress.
Dangerous Jenny Vasquez. I jumped ahead to Zavala.
Yeah. You know, Coach Bickler, in talking about Jenny Vasquez leading up to the tournament, the sound of the ball coming off of her bat is very different, and brings me to something that I heard about Albert Pujols when he was being recruited. I think he was in a batting cage one time, and he had some scouts there amongst a bunch of different players. And there was, I forget who the scout was or who it was that came across the sound of the bat coming off of the bat of Albert Pujols, but they didn't even have to see where the ball was going. It's almost like when you're golfing and the shot sounds good and one doesn't, but everything sounded good off the bat of Albert Pujols. And I probably think that that's exactly what Coach Bickler was alluding to when he was talking about Jenny Vasquez and the power that she brings to the lineup.
I think you're right.
That went in for a strike. 1-1. Espinoza taking some direction from the dugout from Coach Rojas. That one inside. Vasquez with a good eye. 2-1.
One run already across for the Chargers. 2 runners on. Nobody down.
Emery Johnson in the booth.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
You call somebody a lady here on this crew?
Maybe.
That pitch in there, 4 strike, 2-2. Emery, talk a little bit about what you do and what you bring to the table here. You are a pitcher by trade. You will be going and playing at NAIA Ottawa College next season. Very happy for you, my friend.
Thank you.
As a pitcher, what do you see in terms of the strike zone? We seem to be very erratic, not only today but throughout the weekend.
Yeah, when it comes to
Vasquez laces that one into left, but that's a great job by Wilbon tracking that down. She was placed perfectly.
Yeah, the strike zone yesterday was quite erratic. We saw 2 different zones, 2 completely different zones. The first game we saw a very, very tight zone. In fact, it was so erratic that sometimes the umpire would call a pitch that was a ball a strike, and then a lot of pitches that were strikes were called balls. You could hear it from the stands as I was roving around with the camera on my shoulder. I could hear a lot of upset fans and a lot of upset people in the dugout. And then second game, you get quite liberal strike zone in some ways. It was very large in many ways, and a lot of times there's coaches pretty angry at how large the strike zone was. And then today we see, I don't know, as far as I've seen, he's been pretty consistent with his balls and strikes.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of questionable calls. I just want, in terms of the theme of the weekend, what does that do as a pitcher in terms of mindset? How frustrating can that be when you go from one zone that's very liberal to one that's just so erratic?
At this level, it's very tough. You obviously get a lot of different umpires at different stages in their umpiring career, and you really have to work through that adversity. It's definitely a mental game, though, and you have to sometimes pitch to the umpire. And as much as that is upsetting, it can also be positive in some ways because it teaches you to be cool under pressure, especially in situations like this. You got to be able to collect your thoughts and just continue to execute pitches that you know are going to get outs.
Yeah. The count is 2-1.
Your guess is as good as mine.
That one inside, strike 2.
2-2.
So Zavala with a bomb earlier today. She's got first and second, 1 gone here, bottom of the 4th. Cypress adding to their lead here in this inning with 1 across, 4-2. Tiffany Kennedy Cummings back into the circle. And Zavala hits that one hard, but right over to Sock, and Sock over to third for the force out.
In many ways, having the smallest strike zone is difficult because it changes the way that you're going to approach a hitter. For me, I'm a sinker bowler, and I like to attack early with my sinker. And it keeps hitters off balance because they're not seeing a fastball per se, they're seeing a breaking ball first pitch.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, it's going to change the perception that you have, because if you're not breaking over that first pitch strike, remember, about 60% of the time when you throw a first pitch strike, that equals or equates to the hitter hitting the ball into an out situation. And then, for me, as a sinker baller, that gives you that first pitch breaking ball. We go over the stats again. About 82% of the time is what they've determined. If you break over a first pitch breaking ball, it's going to end up being an out for hitters at the major league level. Now, that equates roughly close to the junior college and collegiate level. But in many ways, you have to recognize that when you get that smaller strike zone, it's going to change the way that you attack a hitter later in the count.
Yeah.
So Nicole Wise,
2 for 2 today.
2 for 2. Fouls this one off.
Wise, we talked about her defensive prowess, getting it done at the dish today.
All-around game for Nicole, the left fielder. Chargers stranding 5 through 4, or through 3. Of course, Espinoza would like nothing better than to strand a couple more.
0-2 pitch, and that's going to go into center field for a base hit. Play at the plate, going to be called out. Great throw from Mai Kai. Let's see the replay here. Just a great throw. We'll go to the other replay here. So Bree Mai Kai ends the inning for Cypress. They still lead at 4-2 as they tack on another run. We head to the 5th inning.
I think she might have had her hand in there.
It's so bang, so tough to figure. But we'll go to the 5th. 4-2 Cypress on top of the mountains. We'll be back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Top of the fifth, 4-2. Top of the order, Kayla Sock. Due up this inning for the Mounties. It'll be Sock, Wilbon, and Jerick leading things off here in the fifth.
Boy, murder's row right there for the Mounties. It's not the meat of the order. This is like the appetizer round.
Maybe like a skirt steak.
Skirt steak. Tri-tip.
Like that.
Maybe a little flank steak.
You know, it's interesting when you face hitters, especially in the order, or especially in junior college. I would say it changes as you go up in level in baseball. The lower end of the batting order, all throughout your youth, is going to be usually the worst hitters in the lineup. However, once you get to the collegiate level, actually after high school, because it's still the same in high school.
It inverts a little bit, right?
Yeah, it changes. Actually, your 9 hitter is going to be one of your better hitters in the lineup because he's going to get you to that top of the order. Now, it doesn't mean that the top of the order isn't the best hitters in the lineup, but it definitely means that the bottom of the lineup is still a very talented group, and the way that you're going to pitch to those guys doesn't vary that much.
Destiny Vasquez, meanwhile, maybe a little frustrated with herself. 3-1, gets that one in there for a strike. 3-2 now.
Well, last thing you want to do if you're Destiny Vasquez is
lead off walk.
It's a lead-off walk when you grabbed a 2-run lead.
Yeah.
Against a dangerous Mountie team that isn't going to let up.
And not only that, Kayla Sock is your batter. It's the last person you want to put on, not let her earn it. And Sock fouls that one off.
Leadoff walks are never positive. Our pitching coach actually, in fact, last year we had a penalty for every single leadoff walk that we had. We had to run 1 pull during conditioning. So definitely not looked at as a positive thing, especially when you look at it in terms of the run scoring and percentage-wise to leadoff walks. It's very high.
The 3-2, and that one fouled off.
We saw Sock's speed. First batter of the game. She hits it to right field. Gets all the way to third.
Yeah.
Almost came home on an inside park home run.
True.
But Brad Pickler held her up. Or
Rojas.
Ruby Rojas.
Pickler for sure held her up. Said, no, don't score.
Yes, he did. Well, that's why I said it.
And it's a leadoff walk for Kayla Sock.
That rhymes. A leadoff walk for Kayla Sock.
It's kind of what I went with there.
Yeah.
Just minus the rhythm. So top of the fifth, leadoff walk. Kayla Sock is aboard, and here comes Aaliyah Wilbon, left fielder for the Mounties.
Lots of speed in that lineup for the Mounties.
That one in there for a strike. 0-1 on Wilbon for Destiny Vasquez.
Sock 35 stolen bases on the year. How many did she have yesterday? She had a couple yesterday.
Swing and a miss. Sock thought about it. Probably better that she didn't go, because Romano was all over that one. It's a quick hole for Aaliyah Wilbon.
This is the count you have to be the most careful in as a pitcher not to lay one in there.
And she doesn't do it. It's a rising fastball that Wilbon's able to make contact with, foul off, keep the at-bat alive.
Now, that pitch right there possibly could have been a purpose pitch. Elevate it, get the eyes up there so that when you throw that breaking ball over, possibly a changeup, she could really get her off balance.
Changing eye level, so crucial at the elite levels of pitching. The 0-2. Romano.
Big lead for Sock.
Sock goes. She's going to be in there, safe. Throw a little bit off the mark from Val Romano.
You know, interesting at bat on that pitch from Wilbon. More often than not, you're going to see the batter try to protect with a swing. She held off on a really high pitch. Good move right there.
That one low and away. So the count now full. It's a pretty good job by Wilbon here, working the count full. She fell behind 0-2.
Yeah, it's important that you don't find yourself getting behind here, and she definitely dug herself into a whole 3-2 count. Has to execute a pitch, no outs. Definitely don't want to have 2 runners on, but it doesn't necessarily hurt you in that case either.
First base open here. But then again, you have Taylor Jarick on deck. She's already got a 2-run bomb today off of Vasquez. Drama escalates here in the 5th inning. Wilbon just a little bit late on that one. Fouls it off down the third base line. We'll do 3-2 all over again. Mike Spada, Matt Folsom, Emery Johnson, Jeff Stornoff, Matt Henson, Jorge Zepeda, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew with you today and this weekend here at the baseball or at the softball championships. I'm getting ahead of myself. Baseball's next week up at Fresno, and we'll have that for you. 3-2, foul.
It's interesting the pitching differences here that you see in softball. However, there are some similarities to baseball. In this case, you look at both of those pitches being outside. She's a little bit late on them. That's why she's fouling them off. Baseball, the next thing that I want to do is possibly elevate a fastball up and in, especially if we have that base open on the first base.
Wilbon staying alive, 3-2. This is a very long at bat. This is almost a double-digit at bat here in terms of pitch count for Destiny Vasquez, and you have to wonder if she's starting to have a little fatigue settle in here, Matt.
I don't think so. She plays for Cypress.
They don't know what fatigue is?
No, it's not in their dictionary.
3-2, Wilbon makes contact with it, but that's right over to Nicole Wise, and it's a can of corn for Nicole.
Even cans of corn aren't cans of corn. Even things that aren't even in the realm of cans of corn are cans of corn for Nicole Wise. Did I get that out right? Yeah.
I don't know. But
I did.
But we'll go with it.
Go with it.
We'll go with it.
Does a good job of getting out there. It's important that you continue to pound the zone.
Yeah, she was pounding in the exact same spot and changing up the velocity and going a little bit harder that time. Or so it seemed. Sock at second. After the stolen base, that pitch fouled off.
Fouls it right back. There you go. She's clearly right on the fastball right there.
Jarick. What does that mean, Emery?
So there's 3 ways to look at a foul ball. If the ball is fouled to the left-hand side as a right-handed hitter, that means you're just late on it. If the ball is fouled, you're just ahead. Now, if the ball is fouled off to the right-hand side, you're just late. And now, if you foul it straight back, that means you're right on the pitch and you're just missing. So as a pitcher, you have to analyze that and look at, okay, what were the reasons why she fouled it off directly back?
Straight back again.
And that time she goes a little higher there. The elevating fastball, the optical illusion, as it were.
Now, the elevating fastball, if you get him to foul it straight back, it's actually a good thing in regards to coming back with your off-speed pitch, because it means one of 2 things. Either they're late on it or they're not able to see it just right, and that means you're able to come over with that next off-speed pitch, especially if you have an up-and-down kind of pitch. My bread and butter last year was a curveball off of a sinker, which was very effective, especially if I could elevate my fastball or sinker and then come back with a curveball. A lot of guys had a tough time catching up to a curveball if it's hard, if it's a very quick spinning pitch.
The 1-2. Fouled back, straight back. And per the conversation we just had, Jarick just missing.
But again, the reason why she's going straight back is because she's swinging on a downwards plane, and that ball is elevated. So what she's basically waiting to do, she can see it just fine. She's waiting for that pitch to come into the zone a little bit more.
It's a good eye there from Jarick. Did you say the Diamond Player of the Year behind the dish, Matt?
Absolutely. No. Oh, wait. Did I? Yeah, Taylor Jarick.
Jarick?
Yes. Diamond Sports Catcher of the Year.
Diamond Sports. 2-2, swing and a miss.
Back-to-back Ks for Jarick after hitting that 2-run home run.
Now.
So Vasquez making the adjustment, and she brings a little gas on that one and gets the K for the second out here in the top of the 5th.
Anybody know why she was so late on that pitch?
Off speed earlier?
So the off-speed came out with the 1-2 count after she had thrown another fastball high and got the foul ball. That ball was slightly in the dirt, but just low enough or just high enough to give a good look to the hitter. What that did is it got her off balance enough so that when she came back with that slightly high and elevated fastball, she was so far behind it there was no way she was going to make contact with it.
Now it's Mandy Larios, your batter. She's now behind 0-1. Make that 0-2 after the foul ball. Sox still at second. Cypress with a 4-2 lead, and Destiny Vasquez is going to try and keep it that way here. We'll have a conversation out on the mound.
Speaking of Diamond Sports, it's a Diamond Sports glove Brad is taking out to the circle.
I know you wanted to have a conversation about that glove now that we see Pickler in the circle. Can you talk about that glove a little bit?
Yeah, we talked about his history with the glove. Started his favorite glove is a Wilson. He has a number of different gloves that he takes out. It's like I was talking to Jeff earlier. It's kind of like Eric Clapton, Carlos Santana. He has a quiver of guitars. He has a quiver of gloves, and this is a Diamond Sport. Interesting. The Wilson that is his favorite disappeared recently. He says he's lost a lot of them, but disappeared, and he credits his brother with the mysterious disappearance. He said that if you're familiar with the movie Sandlot, Hercules is the dog of note. Every baseball that got hit into the softball stadium for a long time at Cypress, they would put in a drawer marked Hercules. And one day his brother went in there, saw that, what is all this? And they opened it up to 48 baseballs in there. And then the glove mysteriously disappeared. So that's the caper down there at Cypress with the glove and the Hercules foul balls.
Larios fouls that one off. We'll do 0-2 again. It's good stuff. And who is Brad Pickler's brother? I know it.
Who is he? He's the baseball coach at Cypress College.
I believe it's Scott.
Scott Pickler.
That one fouled off again.
They in the playoffs right now?
It wouldn't shock me. I've been so locked into this weekend that I haven't really had a chance. Maybe bring up some scores for you shortly here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. That one into right field. Easy play made by Emma Walker. And that will do it here for the fifth. 4 up and 3 down. Mount Sac strands a runner. Unable to close the gap. We head to the bottom half of the fifth. 4-2 Cypress.
And we return here in the bottom of the fifth. Looks like the middle of Cypress's lineup coming up to the plate. We got Emma Walker, Destiny Vasquez, and Valerie Romano due up, at least guaranteed. Very important for Cypress to continue the pressure here in the bottom of the fifth. Make sure that Mount Sac is not able to get a foothold in the top of the sixth. So one of the things that you really want to focus on, especially as an offense, is really destroying the morale, as bad as it sounds, destroying the morale of the other team, especially in these late innings, making it seem like it's going to be impossible to come back here. Sarah Wapner, delivery, high and away. That's ball one. Correction, we have a pitching change. Raquel Espinoza comes in to replace Sarah Wapner. Number 34 on the mound. Got a 2.15 ERA on the season. That's ball 3. Looking for a leadoff walk here. Emma Walker has made it to first one time today in 4 at-bats. And that's a strike. 3-1 is the count.
Espinoza been effective since she came in the 4th in shutting down the Chargers. Of course, the Chargers with a big third, putting across a couple runs, added another one in the 4th.
They go strike 2 quickly into a full count here, so there will be no free pass, at least at the moment, for Emma Walker. Kel Espinoza has a chance here to get the strikeout if she so desires.
Off the helmet.
Thrown way inside there. But fouled off, actually off her person. Most of the time you see that ball go down and right off the ankle. That's why you usually see the players wearing those Evo Shield ankle guards. However, that one was right off the helmet, giving her a second to walk it off.
Walker struck out in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd. 1 for 2 on the day.
Espinoza into the windup. Fouled straight back again. Walker making her work for it.
Well, while there's a lull in the action, let's go over some baseball final scores. We've got Sacramento City on top of Olone, 4-3.
That's hit high to left field. It's going, gone, home run. Walker's going to touch them all, expanding the lead. That's another run on the board. 5-2, Cypress.
And that was right by our outfield camera.
Hit way deep to the left field. Obviously, you see that go over the fence there. What a hammer of a shot there by Walker.
5th home run on the season for the right fielder. Brings up Destiny Vasquez, the pitcher. Could do something similar. Vasquez leading Cypress on the year in home runs.
More scores for you real quick. We've got Orange Coast being defeated by El Camino, 8-10.
That's ball 1 to Vasquez.
What was the Sac City Ohlone score?
4-3.
4-3.
With Sac on top. Yep. Sac City. Probably don't want to get them confused with Mount Sac.
I don't.
Well,
No, don't want to do that.
1 for 2 on the day. Here's the next pitch. Strike 1. There it is. It's a 1-1 count here for Vasquez.
Grossmont also defeated Long Beach City College 10-2.
Still outless here in the bottom of the 5th, and that's going to go for a ball there. 2-1 is the count.
Matt reading off the sectional championships, added an extra round of playoffs a couple years ago. So you have the regional, super regionals. Now you have the section finals, which sends everybody into the Final Four next week at Fresno City.
Into the windup. Here's the next pitch. Swung on a miss. That's strike 2. 2-2 count here.
Final update for you for the baseball final scores. We've got San Joaquin Delta dominating Santa Rosa 8-6. Well, I guess not dominating. It's only a 2-point lead, but
the payoff pitch here from Espinoza. Fouled to the right side, just late there on it. We'll see which pitch selection she comes back with next.
Of course, you're reading off those baseball scores. Big 8 battle, Delta and Santa Rosa. Both teams have won state championships in the last 3 or 4 years.
High ball 3, now full count.
If I remember correctly, San Joaquin Delta won the first year we did baseball.
I think you're right, yes. Big 8 wins a lot of baseball championships. I think you look at CRC's won it, Sierra's won it, Delta's won it, Sac City's won it, a bunch of them.
Fouled back, still a full count. Espinoza has to be careful here. Last batter hit a home run on a full count. It's important to not get lazy, especially in these long at-bats. That's one of the things that a lot of pitchers have to learn, especially at the college level. Hitters are going to foul balls off that they don't like if they're in the strike zone. So you have to be mentally tough, pitch to pitch to pitch here. It's important that she can secure this out, especially in this long at-bat. Vasquez, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for the inning. Espinoza comes in with a high heat. That's out number 1, retires Vasquez. Now due up Valerie Romano.
Coming to plate the catcher, number 42, Valerie.
Hit into 2 fielders' choices, 0 for 2 on the day. Espinoza did a good job of elevating that fastball right there. Into the windup, here she goes. Fastball away, 1-0.
Always an advantage for the winner of this game as they get the rest of the day off. They're automatically in championship Sunday.
High and away, ball 2.
Have to lose 2 not to win the state championship.
Yeah, that's the easiest path, especially if you're one of the top seeds. You get 2 games and into the championship game, as opposed to here you have to play 3 now in. And then, obviously, for the team playing this afternoon in the second game, that's strike 1 right in there. The team playing in the second game, that's going to be a very important game. But remember, you have 4 on the full weekend in that losers bracket, so it's going to be a tough game regardless. Possibly 3 games in one day. Low, ball 3 there.
Well, San Diego Canyon did it last year.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. Weirder things have happened. Don't let that distract you from the fact that the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA playoffs. That's a strike in there, top, high and away. Top of the strike zone. 3-1 goes the count.
Espinoza coming into this tournament averaging more than 1K per inning, which is a heady stat for any pitcher.
Yeah, Ks through 9 is what we call it in the pitching staff, and it's a very important stat to have. There's a high fly ball, center field, and that's going to be caught by Bree Maikai. I haven't been calling names all day, so I apologize for enunciating incorrectly.
We'll correct you, though.
A long fly ball there. Has to remember to keep that ball down, especially if you're not in a strikeout type count or ahead with fastballs. Remember, that was a 3-1 count that she just hit that on. From a pitcher's perspective, you don't want to elevate a fastball if you're down on the count, because that's going to be giving the hitter exactly what they want to see, a fastball that looks like a meatball at the top of the zone.
Kiana Puwailoa steps into the box.
First pitch strike here. 2 outs, nobody on. Roy Loa.
Puwailoa.
Puwailoa. Espinoza delivers, and that's bunted down the third base line, picked up, and not in time. The throw from Carissa Feely. Not able.
You know, and
to make the play.
Felix in, not as deep as she would like in a situation with this speedy Puailoa. Didn't get a really good jump on it.
Did a good job of barehanding and getting the throw out, but again, yeah, like you said, she was playing a little too far back, especially for a bunt there. It's a tough position, third base, especially in softball. A little easier in baseball. They call it the hot corner for a reason. Ball comes off the bat so hard, especially when you're looking at a 60-foot base path. So a runner on first, 2 outs, fastball away, strike 1. Haley Hoffman. Excuse me, no, not top of the lineup. Melanie Okazaki up to bat. 0-1 count. Here comes Espinoza. Fouled away. That's going to be strike 2. Now she's in a strikeout count, or a count where the pitcher feels comfortable enough. This is where you can elevate that fastball and generate a swing on a bad pitch out of the zone, because the hitter isn't looking for that off-speed pitch here, especially if you've shown that you can be effective with it. Possibly if you have a screwball or a changeup here in softball, those are 2 effective pitches that you can break out, possibly generate a swing on a ball in the dirt. Pitch. High and away. Ball 1.
No fishing trip for Okazaki.
Working out an at-bat here. Okazaki has to protect here. Espinoza into the windup, fires, and that's hit up the middle. Hit to the second baseman, and that's going to be flipped easy way. Mandy Laris to Kayla Sock for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 6th here on SoCal College Sports. We're back here on SoCal College Sports of our coverage of Cypress versus Mount SAC in the 3rd round of the 3C2A finals. Leading off the top of the 6th here for Mount SAC, number 18, Tony Mendoza, first baseman. She had a single today, 1 for 2 on the day. On the mound still, Destiny Vasquez going strong here into the top of the 6th.
And a big pitch right there to lead things off for Destiny Vasquez, who wants to shut down these bats, try to maintain that 5-2 lead.
Next pitch, Bayou, strike 2. Fastball high and away generates a swing there. That's what that first pitch fastball does for a strike, at least. 0-2 in the count.
You know, Emma, we talked about, Mike and I were talking about how Vasquez has gotten stronger as the innings have gone on. You look at a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 3rd, a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 4th, 4-up, 3-down last inning. So she has gotten stronger as the innings have gone on.
It depends on the pitcher. A lot of pitchers are like that. I tend to be like that. Fouled back and away. Still 1-2 on the count. You know, it depends on the pitcher. Randy Johnson, back in the day, used to throw a lot better at the end of his outings usually than the beginning of his outings. I'm sure you understand or you know that. Vasquez fires. Fly ball hit to left field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. A leadoff base hit there for Mendoza. Runner on first.
Brings up Bree Maikai.
Bree Maikai, 1 for 2 on the day as well. Has a chance to advance a runner into scoring position.
Quick slap hitter. Lefty. He's going to try to do anything she can to get on base. I think we're going to have a pinch runner over at first. Let's see what Coach Ruby Rojas brings to the table here.
Draws the line in the dirt, as the slappers do. There's going to be a pinch runner. We'll see. Now pinch running on first base, number 6, Sasha Allen.
Allen with 6 stolen bases on the year. Of course, they're trying to generate 1 run at a time here. Trying to get Allen over into scoring position. Bree Maikai singled in the first. Flew out to center in inning number 3.
There's a slap foul. Left field. Vasquez possibly looking to get the lead runner off.
Now, we've been talking all weekend about how efficient with the fundamentals Cypress is. Here's a bunt situation with fast runners at the plate, fast runner at first. Let's see how they execute defensively.
Vasquez slapped into left field. Caught. That's Sydney McCullen. Nicole Wise, excuse me. Nicole Wise making the play there, coming in very clutch in left field. Had to dive at the last second even. Keeps the runner first.
Are we going to see that one again? That was maybe the 3rd outstanding defensive play we've seen in 2 games for Wise. Yeah, 4. I take that back. She made a diving catch last night. Rasso up now.
Fouled to the right-hand side. 0-1 the count.
Rasso 0 for 2. 2 pop flies, 1 to short, 1 to right. In her 2 at-bats in this game.
You have to generate base runners here. It's not going to be the home run that does it, especially Mount Sac looking to chip away here in the top of the 6th. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Deep, backing up. Oh, and it's off the wall. Umpire in the outfield calls for it not being a home run, but that's going to be what looks to be bringing a runner home. That's a run for Mount Sac. Just as I say, hitting a home run is not what you need to do here. She takes one off the top of the fence.
Well, you're right. A home run isn't what is going to get them back into it. That was a RBI double from Rasso off the top of the center field fence, bringing home Mendoza. And that was a live ball.
Oh, yeah.
If it's one of those things where you have to be heady like Mount Sac was and know what to do out there. Coaches and players saying, come on, keep running.
Keeps the gap. Well, shortens the gap here in between Mount Sac and Cypress.
5-3 now. 1 down here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up Raquel Espinoza, the pitcher of record now. Came in the 4th. Espinoza.
Runner on second, Vasquez. The pitch low and inside, ball 1. Starting to get a little bit erratic here in the top of the 6th. 3-5 the score, 1 out.
Espinoza, 333 average coming into this championship weekend.
She could definitely do some damage here. 1 swing could get it even closer. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. The tag is there, and she's called safe at first, beats out the throw. The runner staying on third was not called out. We'll see here on replay what happens. Here's the ground ball hit to Sydney McCollum. She grabs it, tries to tag her, does not get the tag on, and the runner is safe at first. So, infield base hit, as it would be called.
So McCollum trying to do it herself with that shot to short. Tried to tag her out.
Carissa Felix coming up to the plate.
Tried to tag her out, was unable to do so. Made the decision to try to get herself rather than tossing it over to the third baseman, Carissa Felix. Or excuse me, Zavala, Alexis Zavala. Fired it over to first, not in time. But that choice of trying to get the runner takes away a base hit from Espinoza, who reaches on a fielder's choice.
Well, it's technically a base hit.
No, fielder's choice because she chose.
There was no out on the play, though.
Right. It's okay. Yeah. You guys are crediting that with the fielder's choice, right?
All right, the fielder's choice given. Nonetheless, 2 runners aboard here in the top of the 6th. Brings up a point of base hits cause more havoc than possibly home runs because it puts more into the game. There's more things to think about, and obviously you saw McCollum having a hard time dealing with the ground ball there. It puts another dynamic into the brain of the fielder.
Well, a lot of times in that situation, you just want to get the out. Make a decision to go one way or the other rather than try to turn 2. She thought that she could get Rasso on the tag. Missed her. In fact, she should have just gone for the lead runner and tossed it over to third in retrospect. But, you know, a lot of times, especially a good team like Cypress, a good shortstop like McCollum, you want to try to turn 2. Get out of the inning.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep it to 1 run.
I'd say one of the big differences between softball and baseball is that in many ways you're a pitch away with a runner on first in baseball. Coming into the game, number 21.
So Kirsten Williams is now running at first base for Raquel Espinoza. The pitcher is going to take a quick break, try to recoup herself before she has to go back into the circle. Kristen Williams now running at first. 5 stolen bases, so she's kind of speedy.
Runners on the corners here. Vasquez gets a fastball over for a strike here. 0-1 the count. Ball hit up the middle. No play at home, and there's going to be an out at first. Closer to the gap. The gap is closed to one run, now 4-5.
So Mariah Zaragoza delivers a pinch hit single.
That's what we missed, the pinch hitter here.
And that drives in Alyssa Rasso, making it a 1-run game. And now you got the leadoff hitter, Kayla Sock. Leadoff triple. Drew a walk in the 5th.
And there's a high fly ball hit to left field. It's going to be caught by Melanie Okazaki. And that sends us to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to coverage of the 3rd round of the 3C2A Women's Softball Championship here on SoCal College Sports. We'll see you in a minute. We return here at the bottom of the 6th. Cypress coming up to the plate, have to find a way to answer back here if they want to go into the top of the 7th feeling at least somewhat confident. 1 run is not a lot, especially in softball.
Shortstop Sidney McCollum's going to lead off the Cypress 6th. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Pair of singles sandwiched around a strikeout looking in the 3rd.
Espinoza deals her first pitch. Here it comes. Hit to right field. That's going to fall in there. She's going to 2. And it's a stand-up double here to lead off the top of the bottom of the 6th. That's the way you do it. You got to get a runner in scoring position. What a job by McCollum. Makes a mistake there in the top of the 6th and is able to answer back offensively here for Cypress.
So that one just rifled off the fence at right center. And Jenny Vasquez steps into the box.
A dangerous hitter. In a lot of ways, your 3-hitter is looked at as one of the most dangerous hitters in your lineup. Possibly even more dangerous than your 4-hitter. Espinoza fires low and inside, ball 1 to Vasquez.
Chargers looking to add to their 1-run lead after the Mounties pick up a pair in the top of the 6th.
That's ripped to left field, and it looks like Aaliyah Wilbur is going to be there for the catch. Aaliyah Wilbon, correction.
So Zavala steps in, led off inning number 2 with a round tripper.
Definitely a dangerous hitter to put up to the plate. Espinoza has to be careful here. Runner on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 1.
Espinoza been hit hard so far in this 6th.
And this ball's hit high to left field. Runner tagging. Jenny not going anywhere from second base. 2 outs here quickly with 2 fly balls to left field. Espinoza might be getting a little bit lucky here. We like to say more skill than luck.
Nicole Wise, the defensive player so far of the championship tournament, 3 for 3 today. 3 singles in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Espinoza working out of a jam here, bottom of the 6th. The pitch. There's a first pitch for a strike, 1-0 the count. Got to find a way to score the runner in scoring position. Weiss in the position to do just that. Espinoza hits in the gap. And that's going to be sending Jenny home. It's going to be a double, and she's called out. What a throw.
Run counts.
Aaliyah Wilbur. The run counts. Cypress able to tag on a run before we go to the top of the 6th. A little bit of insurance here, but what a job. Wise called out, trying to advance to second. Again, what a great throw.
And she knocks in Sidney McCollum, and that's all that matters in that, because now Cypress has a 2-run lead heading into the top of the 7th.
We head to the top of the 7th. You're watching our coverage of the 3rd game of the 3C2A Women's Championship Playoffs here on SoCal College Sports. We're back here for the top of the 7th and potentially the end of this ball game. Cypress with a chance to put it away. Destiny Vasquez pitching all game. We're facing the top of the order for Mount SAC. Kayla Sock, Aaliyah Wilbon, Taylor.
So Wilbon steps into the box to lead off the top of the 7th, and then you're going to have Taylor Jaric.
Taylor Jaric and Mandy Laris. That's what I was trying to get to.
Sabotaged myself with my scorekeeping last inning.
There's a ground ball to left field. Excuse me, not left field, to the third baseman, Alexis Zavala. Able to get the put out there. One out here in the top of the 7th.
And Taylor Jaric, the Diamond Sports Catcher of the Year, steps into the box. Jaric, great behind the plate. But when we talk about her gaudy offensive statistics, leading the team with 12 home runs, 48 RBIs coming into championship weekend. It's the first one down the third base line, but foul.
Vasquez 0-1 the count. Bayou strike 2.
She struck out twice against Vasquez after hitting a 2-run home run in the first. K in the second, K in the 5th. Has not been able.
Payoff pitch here for Vasquez. What does she come with? High fastball fouled up and away. Count remains 0-2.
Jaric not been able to master Vasquez after that 2-run bomb, in which she hit 2 home runs foul and on back-to-back pitches. Home run foul, and then a home run.
Jaric has to protect here. It looks like a drop ball low, possibly a changeup. I'll just say breaking ball. It's easier to say that. 1-2, 1 out. Jaric has to protect here. 1-2. Espinoza fouled up. No play for the catcher, Valerie Romano.
Chargers looking to go 47-0 on the year with their 3rd win this season against Mount San Antonio. And, of course, the Mounties trying to do what's so tough to do, lose 3 games to a common opponent in a year.
And high fastball right by Jaric. That strikeout will put the Mount SAC Mounties in a position where they're facing their last out here in the top of the 7th.
Mandy Laria steps up to the plate. 3 fly ball outs in 3 at-bats. We're going to have a pinch batter.
Number 17.
So you got Aaron Mendoza now coming in to pinch hit for Mandy Larios.
Number 17, Aaron Mendoza.
So the Mounties down to their last out here. Vasquez. Opportunity to close out a 7-inning, 4-run game here. There's a high fly ball to right field. And the catch is made. Emma Walker puts a bow on it. Final score, 6-4. And Cypress takes this one. Mount SAC Mounties headed to the losers bracket. And we'll return to you after a short break with some post-game coverage. I'm Emery Johnson alongside
Matt
Folsom. And we'll see you in a bit.
Matt Folsom. So Cypress moves on with a 6-4 win over Mount SAC in the winner's bracket here in Game 3 of our softball championship coverage here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Emory Johnson, Matt Folsom, Mike Cepeda with you. Gentlemen, an impressive showing from Cypress yet again. Mount SAC able to draw first blood. Taylor Jarik goes deep with a 2-run bomb in the top of the first, but Cypress prevails. They just really gritted it out, did a great job of battling back. Very patient hitting, very timely hitting, and they move on to Championship Sunday, one win away from another state title for Coach Brad Pickler.
Well, and I think Destiny Vasquez, after giving up the 2-run home run to Jarik in the top of the first, really settled down. And looking at the score sheet, you had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the third, 3-up, 3-down inning in the fourth, 4-up, 3-down in the fifth. Really, in the meat of the innings, she was able to shut them down. Gave up a couple runs in the sixth, but Mount San Antonio at that point, this was a good team. The Mounties did what they had to do to try to stay in the game. But give it up for Destiny Vasquez. She did what she had to do when other pitchers might not be able to handle a 2-run home run to lead off the game.
Especially, I mean, that sets you off immediately on the wrong foot. I would say, from my experiences on the mound this year, it's a lot harder to pitch from a first inning where you give up runs and go into the second and feel confident when you're going out there. And she did such a good job of proving why, Cypress is one of the better teams, if not the best team out here. Vasquez truly showed why she's a top-tier pitcher, because she was able to battle through that and go all 7 with minimal damage. And even when innings were tough, she was able to bear down, throw strikes, and get outs.
The top-tier pitcher in the state of California, 27-0 now on the season. An impressive showing again from Cypress. We will join you coming up Game 4 of a championship coverage here from Bakersfield for the softball championships. It'll be an Old North elimination bracket, San Joaquin Delta, College of San Mateo. We will join you in about 45 minutes here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Go to our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also catch our channel on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1, and you can also follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SBO. For Emory Johnson, for Matt Folsom, I am Mike Cepeda signing off. We'll see you in about 45 minutes. San Joaquin Delta and the Bulldogs from San Mateo. Stay tuned.